Good morning, folks. Happy Fantasy Map Friday. Best day of the week, and we have made it here. Oh boy, it's good to be here today. Stream looks a little bit different, you might notice. Made a couple changes. Oh, Slindy, Melissa, Slindy got you today. Swinging in just a little bit earlier, but good morning. Good to see you. Welcome to the best day of the week. How y'all doing? Welcome in. Jay Uso on YouTube. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. Melissa, you clicked on the wrong live. I love it. That's pretty funny, actually. But welcome in. Slindy saw the opportunity, slipped in there first. But we're all here now. Good to have y'all. Jay on YouTube, thank you for joining us. Appreciate to have you. Y'all, well, you know what's going to happen today. You know what today is. It's the best day of the week. I'll pull it up right now. There we are. Fantasy Map Friday, folks. Who's ready to make a fantasy map? We've been putting some good work into this bad boy. I think we could make some good progress today. Slindy, Melissa, Jay, you got any plans this weekend? Anything going on? I'm just gonna dive into it, y'all, while we kind of chat and warm up. But I've been thinking about these planes here, and they're not working for me. We're still not there on them. Slindy, you started to make a map and then realized how geography works? Don't let that hold you back. I feel like the music's loud today. I'll turn it down a little bit. I'm hearing it too much. We still got to polish these planes up. I still don't know exactly what to do with them, but I knew I didn't want those rocks. And I do agree that there's probably too much going on in there. But we'll keep finessing those. Slindy, you're having people over today. You helped prep food yesterday. What kind of food, my dude? What kind of food? Tell me about it. You know it's a tradition on this stream that we make Alex hungry first thing in the morning. Hit me with that menu. And Melissa, you said no plans for you. You're going to stay inside. It's hot. Yeah, it is pretty hot. It's pretty hot. But look, it's Houston in the summer, man. I'm going to sweat anyway, so I just take double, triple the amount of showers I normally would. Just go out there and sweat through it. Y'all, we got to pick where we're working today. So let's pull the map up here. Let's get a little overview look going on. Here's where things stand. I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I forgot to do that. One moment. There we go. Slindy, your menu is barbecue chicken thighs, creamed potatoes, shells and cheese, homemade rolls, and southern green beans. That sounds good. That sounds really good, my dude. Oh, homemade rolls. That's a standout item right there. Ooh. Butter pecan cake with cream cheese frosting. Oh. Woo! We were already doing good, but now you're really putting it over the limit there, Slindy. That sounds incredible. Whew. Y'all, so here's where we stand with the map today. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 completed regions and the Plains of Abandoned Hope and Paralyzing Fear, and I don't know what we're doing with those. We'll figure it out. But what we're missing are all these gaps in the middle. We got this region here between these, and then we got this one down here where I've just been lumping place names that we haven't assigned yet. Hey, AJK1, thank you for the follow, my friend. I appreciate you, and welcome into Fantasy Map Friday. You're just in time. We're trying to figure out what we're going to work on today. I do know of named regions in this map that need to be added. The who-dos of who goes there are right up around here, and we haven't really worked on those. We just kind of dropped some stuff in there. And the Rapids of Regret should also be somewhere around here. So that's two little things we could work on. Could also work on the transition points between existing regions. That's always fun. Or we could figure out what goes down here. There is nothing canonically in the book beyond the Plains of Abandoned Hope, like that's mentioned. But then again, canonically, the Barrows of Blissful Bewilderment also don't exist, and we created it for the map. So, what do you think, y'all? What do you want to work on today? Senior Goatman, good to see you, my friend. Metal Sonic Enthusiast. There we go. Is Metal Sonic like a version of the game? I thought your name was gonna be Metal Music Adjacent. That's why I called it out. Melissa, you said you're no good at maps. Just along for the ride. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you for the gift, Melissa. I appreciate you. You know the drill. You give gift, I give gift, and you know what? You're so consistent. We're gonna give you the double today. 2 goblins for you. All yours. Celebrate with them. Have a good time. Thank you very much for the donut. I appreciate it. You're trying to help me with being hungry early in the morning, aren't you, Melissa? You're gonna give me that donut after hearing Slendy's delicious menu for today. Jay, you think Kingdom of Darkness? So the Kingdom of Darkness is technically this whole realm. I just moved the title off because it was kind of in the way. You know what? That's something we could do, actually. We could just make a little tag for that so that it makes sense. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we'll start there. We'll grab a I don't know what they're called, like a label for it. Hold, please. I realize I can show you what I'm talking about. If we go here. Rick Sanchez, you say I'm the best YouTuber? Well, I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Mostly a TikToker, but we like YouTube. We're a big YouTube fan. Like this. This is what I'm talking about. This little guy right here. A label, I guess. I don't know. Label sounds unimpressive. AJ, my friend, we are using inkcarnate.com. I'll put it in chat for you on TikTok and YouTube. That's a free map making website, and I'm a big fan of it. Sleepy, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Hope you got good weekend plans. Other name, Banner. Yes, Banner is good. Banner is a good word. I think it is, in fact, Banner. Ooh, this one's kind of cool, y'all. All right, we need one that's appropriately like evil, though, right? We gotta get a style here. Oh, Sleepy, absolutely. KU's great for me, dude. If you want to read on KU, thank you very much. That's yeah, no, KU's great. We make fine money off KU. Technically, let's see. Current KU rate. Let's do payout. It changes month to month, but yeah, we make 0.004 cents per page read on there. But there's a lot of pages in a KU book. Like, it's not actually a page; it's calculated slightly differently. So yeah, we do just fine off KU. Let's check the watercolor battle maps. Nope, nothing in banners there. What about cities? All right. Well, we've kind of used these before, but we got this one, and there was one other one I was gonna grab. So y'all, these are our banners that we have available, our scrolls perhaps. None of them feel evil enough for me off the bat, but I feel like we can alter the color a little bit to make them that way, to make them more evil. So maybe we play around with that. But what's our favorite, chat? What are we liking here? 1, 2, or 3, counting from the top. It's funny that tree is over top of the banner. put it right here. Rick Sanchez, you're going to Las Vegas today. All right, my dude. All right. That'll be fun. Have a good time. Do enjoy. What are you going to do in Vegas? I feel like we can alter the color of these a little bit. Yeah, pink. There we go. Nice and evil. Super evil. Everybody thinks 3. YouTube chat says 3. TikTok, you gonna let them carry the vote? We gonna go with number 3? Yep. All right, number 3 it is. All right, folks. The chat has spoken. It is number 3. Can we change the color a little bit? How do we make it more evil? I guess less brightness is probably fine, but desaturation might be good. A little bit of desaturation. And change that. Gray's not that evil looking. Yeah, pink, the evilest of colors. You're spot on, Impage. And what's up, my dude? Good to see you. I go to the water park, Rick. I didn't know there was a water park there. That seems crazy to believe there's a water park in a desert, but that sounds exactly like something we would do. They kind of want to mess with the contrast too much. Purple, but with gray highlights, says Mandarin. Alright, we can try that. Kind of like a purpley gray. It looks slate almost. Aaron Catmade Burr. Is this Asmongold from Wish? Hey, thank you, my friend. The Asmongold counter goes up again. 37 now. Welcome in, dude. I get the Asmongold references a lot, and you know what? I'll take them. I'll take them because I've been getting Andrew Tate references lately, and you know, I thought Asmongold was a little undesirable, but the Andrew Tate just sends me right out of this universe. So yeah, we'll stick with Timu Asmongold. I'll take that. Barry Napier, author, I got you, my dude. I got a link right to the playlist. Here you go. I'll drop it on YouTube and TikTok. It should be in chat. Let me know, chat, if it didn't pop up. Sometimes TikTok blocks .com if I post that. So you should see a comment now with a link to the playlist. Let me know if it's in there. No link? Okay, so it did get blocked. Okay, so let's think about how to do this. We're going to do... I'm just going to put Spotify, and then the playlist. That should do it. If you copy that, and then put Spotify.com/ before it, it should work. Or I can do it in 2 comments. You're good, Paul. We're happy to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Happy 4th to you as well. I hope you have a good day. Thanks for swinging by, man. Okay, sick. Yeah, Barry, you're just going to want to put something else on the front of that. Just put on the front of it like that. But change the dot to a dot, obviously. All right, let's get this color going on this map. I want to make this banner like... I like the gray with purple. I don't know how much I can do that. Yeah, I like the idea of like a bruise, but I can only color shift it. I can't actually paint on the banner itself. I guess theoretically I could. If we go to top, I could kind of... It just paints over it though. Maybe if it was a low opacity. We could get a little crazy here, y'all. If I do a low opacity, I can paint the banner. But you know what? I'm not going to be able to paint in the lines very well. So I'll stick to color shifting it. We can get gray, kind of. The other way to go with it would be super magmatic. If we want to go like up to the... That's not the right click. Come on, give me the banner, please. Thank you. If we wanted to go like up here, we could match like the orangey red of this. That could be kind of cool, right? I don't know if we can get there though on just color shifting. You need to find a red. Ooh, that's kind of evil. I mean, it's kind of mythic looking, but we could make something work with this. I think it's a little bit too bright, you know? The reason I want to place this real quick, y'all, is that I don't want to cover up too much down here. Like, it's going to go down here. So we got to think about that when we're doing that region down there. You liked it real dark. Impage, extra, local author can't color within the lines. Melissa, you said, I like it when it went real dark. You mean, like, no, not that way. Let's get back. Like this one? Like gray? Or did you mean the orange color but the brightness down like this? You said, don't know how you made it do that. This? Okay, so the brightness down one. Kind of like that. We could do that. Just looks kind of old, you know? Maybe we tweak the hue just a little bit. Nah, I was good where it was at. All right, so we'll go with that. I mean, that's good for now. Now I got to change the curve of the font. If I can remember where to do that at. There it is. Just a slight curve on it, you know? I think we... Oh, whoa, that's not right. Let's make this banner a bit bigger, too. Yo, I spend a lot of time in other graphics editors that are not this program, and all of the keyboard shortcuts are different, so whenever I start to feel good and try to use a keyboard shortcut, I remember that it is completely different on here than all of the other programs that I use. Which is not a knock on Incarnate. Every program I use seems to have different keyboard shortcuts. They cannot agree on the standardized shortcuts. Alright, I'm going to see if I can align these. I don't even know if I have that option in here, honestly. Center align. There probably is, and I just don't know where it is. We'll do it we'll eyeball it. We'll eyeball it. Something like that. There we go. I wonder if I can change the color. I mean, I know I can. If we change the color of this text, we could make it look a little bit, you know, kind of matchy. It looks weird to have it bright. Kind of like that, maybe. They did get Control-Z correct, and Control-G. You're very right, Empage. They did not get correct the fact that you hold Shift to group. That's what all my other programs are, is hold Shift and click objects to group them. They put it on Control, I believe. Alright, there we go. We got our label. Is it tilted? It says it's not. Let's put that rotation to 0.0. There we go. And there we go. All right, so folks, a Japanmere. I totally butchered that name. Japanmere. Hello, my friend. Happy Friday. The program is called Incarnate.com. It's a free online map maker. Y'all, where do we want to work today? I feel like we should probably pop over to the Hoodoos and the Rapids, just because they already exist canonically, and once we finish those, we'll have filled in everything that the book mentions. And then it's just like, you know, creating the in-between spaces. But this map is like almost done, man. We're close. We are very close. What do y'all think? Y'all want to work on the Hoodoos and the Rapids, or you want to do one of the in-between spaces, these tan areas that are not filled in? Oh, thank you for that follow, Jap. It's getting me every time. Japanmere. Well, no, it is Japan Amir. Japan Amir. Japan Amir. That makes more sense. Okay. Thank you for the follow. I'm sorry that I'm struggling with your name. We'll get there. We'll get there. Other name wasn't available. Says too much fantasy on the brain with that pronunciation. That's exactly the case. All right, yo, I'm gonna no overwhelming response. So we're gonna swing down to the Hoodoos and the Rapids. I think canonically, if I'm remembering the book right, the Rapids come before the Hoodoos. So like the Rapids should be right around in here, and then the Hoodoos are a bit more out here. But let me check. We're gonna check the book. Hold, please. Let's reference. I think it's in chapter 2. Yeah, here we go. Usually entering the Dark Lord's domain was an exciting parade of fanfare and terror. Towering trolls with beards as long as buildings guarded the gates of imposition, and past them were the Rapids of Regret, their waters black as orc blood. Then came Butcher's Butte, and the Hoodoos of Who Goes There. Okay, so the Rapids come before the Hoodoos. Alright. We went to the source material. So the Rapids got to be out here, and the Hoodoos are a bit more in here. And technically, there's also the Gates of Imposition and the, what did I say? The Butcher's Butte. So there's a couple more places we could stick in here, but we got a lot of named places as it is. Not everything's got to be in the map. Well, Impage, if you want blatant product placement, we'll just go right to here to the book screen. How do we like this, folks? I changed it up a little bit. Look, it's so fancy now I can point at the books. There's your product placement. Literal product placement around me. All right, let's go. We're going to move these Hoodoos out a little bit. I guess they're going to live in this gray region. Which, Melissa, I saw you said, what was it? The little the little, I can't talk today, folks. The little sliver could be the Straits of Sorrow. Wait, did I get it backwards? I said, it's Rapids and then Hoodoos. The Hoodoos actually need to be more in here. Why is this Hoodoo transparent? Why is the hill visible through you? There we go. Layering issue. Japan. I'm gonna call you Japan. Japan Amir. You're on your third book, dude. Congratulations. What are they about? What's your genre? What are we rocking with here? And seriously, 3. Very nice. Logan, would you say 6-7 is the Riz of the year? I do not know what you're referring to, Logan. You said, would you say 6-7 is the Riz of the year? Because personally, I think that being the Rizzler was better. I have vaguely heard of these things, but I don't think I'm Gen Z enough to speak on them authoritatively. Gabe, you want to write a fantasy novel? Hey, man, you're in the right place. Welcome in. We do a fair bit of fantasy novel advice, writing advice in general, on stream. So we'd love to have you. Hang around. Yo, why is I think I painted some top layer here because you see the lava's going over top of this. Oops. Oops. I don't want to really change that though. So we didn't see that. Shh. No one's. We're gonna put a short hoodoo there so you don't know. All right. I think we need this one looks a little too similar to the other one there. So let's put you down in here. Do we have more hoodoos? This stamp's repeated a few. Yeah, there we go. Our stamps are a little too repeated, so we're gonna get rid of you. You're original. You can stay. Thank you for the follows, folks. I appreciate that. Gabe Ard, thank you. Joe Degatti, appreciate it. Welcome in. Corey, thank you, guys. Hey, for the follows, a follow for a gift. Here's a little goblin. This one's for y'all. For the follows. Hand them out to everybody that followed. Y'all don't feed them after midnight. hide the matches in your house, and I apologize. Your home will never be clean again. Melissa, maybe one of the hoodoos fell into the lava. Todd Keefe, thank you for the follow, my friend. And Incarnate is the map maker we're using. It's a website called incarnate.com. It is free. They do have a paid tier, but you can get by on the free tier just fine. Oh, look at that, y'all. We found a place where I didn't paint over the top, so the hoodoo can look, so he can lean over the lava a little bit. Love that. Thank you for the follow as well, Erio's Coast. I think I said that one right. I didn't butcher it, at least. Gabe Ard sent a cap. Thank you very much, Gabe. I appreciate you. Hiding my lack of hair. I see how it is. No. Thank you, my friend. Very kind of you. Well, as always, a gift for a gift. You get another goblin. They'll pile up on you, man. They'll pile up on you, and then they'll take over, and they'll revolt, and they'll unionize, and it's a little bit wild around here. Just be careful with how many goblins you end up with. Alright, this one, I need to get a different color on this one, because it's transparent. So we need to click this hoodoo, go to stamp options, and boom, grab a less transparent one. There we go. Music and you, thank you for the follow. Appreciate y'all. Seriously, follow train going on here. Erio's Coast, she said, I love this. It makes me think we're watching Tolkien coming up with a map for Middle-earth. Well, I'm flattered. That is quite a comment. Thank you very much. Nowhere near Tolkien's level, but we do spoof a lot of Tolkien in this book. At least at the beginning. Which, if you don't know, guys, here, I'll pop over real quick. We're doing a fantasy map for this book right here, Wriggly Little Hands. Here, I'll pull it up nice and big for you. There we go. It is a fantasy comedy about goblins on a road trip. They set out to save the Dark Lord, get distracted, end up on side quests, mess a lot of things up, and have a lot of shenanigans. It's a good time. Feel free to check it out on Amazon and Audible. Ebook, paperback, audiobook, any format you want. It's there. It's fun. I got fan art from a 6th grader this week, y'all, who read the book and loved it and drew me a goblin and wrote me a letter. And honestly, oh wait, wrong screen, sorry. Honestly, highlight of my career thus far. Good Lord, I don't know how to process that. Absolutely amazing. I'm so unbelievably flattered. Just wow. Wow. Alright, that one's a little too plateau instead of hoodoo. Flex, you want to see the fan art? Yeah, we could do that. Hold on, I'll grab it real quick. I'm not going to grab the physical art because it's got his name on it, so we got to go to the one that I posted online that's got his name edited out. Hold on, we'll move this into screen. There we go. There's me and there's the fan art. Look at that. The one on the left is actually an artist original from the book. The one on the right is the fan art. I put it in the binder with the artist originals for the chapter header artwork. Oh yeah, Erios. It's good down to middle grade. Is what we've been saying. I didn't intend it that way. I just made it like a silly adult comedy book, but just like a fantasy book. But kids have been reading it and telling me it's YA and MG friendly. Sloyd, the word bubble in it says the imprisoned souls add a spritz of something special, referring to when Ollie stops at the rapids, the moaning moat, and has a sip of the water there. The book says it's like carbonated with the spirits of imprisoned souls. Tater tot smells like Kakarot almost. My book is this one right here. It's Wriggly Little Hands. It is a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip. Thank you for asking, and we're making the map for it now. This is where the book starts out, in the kingdom of the Dark Lord. the Kingdom of Darkness and goes on to far-flung adventures as the goblins continuously mess everything up because, well, they're goblins. They do it in a cute way, though. Alright, we're going to get this last hoodoo the correct color. We've got our hoodoo stamps in place. I think we're going to change it, though. Let's try to not make it look too repeating, you know? We do it like this. There we go. I was kind of thinking, what happened before Ollie and his cousins went on the road trip, you ask, Melissa? Well, it's funny you mention it. I don't know if I can answer it for all the goblins, but y'all know we're working on this one here. A Wrigley Little Assistant is coming soon. Prequel novella to the story. So if you want a little extra content in the world, this will be the next thing before we start working on book 2. So that's coming out soon. We'll be finishing it next week. It's going to be good. I'm excited. Alright, I feel like I want to change this road that we have here. It's a little bit, yeah, Shiku, absolutely you can see the whole map. Thank you for asking, and welcome in, my friend. So it's square because I'm silly and made it as a square instead of a rectangle on a platform that streams vertically. Sorry, but here you go. Here is the whole map. If you're working on a map for D&D, dude, rock on. I love it. If you're not using Inkarnate, allow me to recommend inkarnate.com. Wonderful website. That's where we're building this at. I really, really recommend it. Sloyd, you liked the cover art? Thank you, man. Here, I'll pull it up. If I go to this one... Nope. Hold on. This one. And I turn off this. Wrong one. This one. And I lean out of the way, you can see it a bit better. I love the detail, like, zoom on it. I'm in love with my cover artist. I want him to do everything in the world of Wrigley Little Hands. Dude is just too good. Awesome, Shiku. You'll love Inkarnate. It's free. It has a paid tier if you want it, but it's just such a good site. Nope, I keep putting it on the wrong screen, y'all. Sorry. There we go. Okay. I think this road's a little too straight. It was just a stand-in. So let's go ahead. We're gonna wipe out this road and we're gonna change its position. And thank you for the follow, Shiku Maddie. I appreciate that, man. Welcome in. It is a pleasure to have you. Alright, I didn't favorite the color, the brush that we used for the red of this, so we're gonna need to figure that out again. Yeah, Sloyd, the purple highlights, they do slap, right? The wizard just looks so good. Alright, we're gonna wipe out this road. Oh, my opacity's too low. Get that opacity to max. This is like the wrong red. We're gonna do something darker. What did we use, I wonder? We really originally made this red so long ago. Oh wait, I wrote it down. I wrote it down, man. Alright, hold on. Shiku, you love this type of content? Hey, well, thanks for joining. We do this every Friday. We work on fantasy maps. We also stream on Mondays and Wednesdays doing more fantasy content. Like Wednesday, we read the opening lines from books that you all suggested and talked about why they worked. And on Monday, we do a work-along session where I write my next book on stream, and I encourage y'all to write along with me. All right. Dark red lava is what I wrote down that we used. So let's see if we can find that dark red lava color. Elizabeth, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. And welcome in. Pleasure to have you. Happy Friday to you. Hope you got some good weekend plans going on. Alright, it's in the Fantasy World Asset Pack. So we're going to go to the Fantasy World Asset Pack. And it's dark red lava is what we're looking for. There it is. So it was the color I was using. Wow, I eyeballed it correctly initially. So what I did here, y'all, you'll see the difference between the color that I'm putting down and the color that exists. What happened is I did like a wet on wet paint style with it, and we blended together to get that color. So we're gonna have to do that again. Oh, I'm painting on top. Whoops. Paint foreground. That's better. There we go. Oh, well, thank you for the kind words, Shiku. I appreciate that. Happy 4th to you as well. And enjoy Incarnate. Alright, so now I need to grab black. And what we're going to do, y'all, we're going to go lower the opacity a bit. I'm going to show you a little bit of wet on wet painting here. We're going to Bob Ross it. We're just going to kind of smear this in a little bit. You know, kind of like that. See, look, it's already looking more like the color we're looking for. But I remember, though, we also had a darker color. We had a true black in there that was really giving it like an earthy tone. Yeah, see, now we're gonna slap some of this down in here. Now we're gonna come back over with that red with the low opacity. Nope, that opacity is too high still. Drop it down a bit more. And we're gonna really start landing on the color we want. This is my favorite part because this is like actual painting. Azriel Lionheart, welcome in, my friend. The book is called Wriggly Little Hands. Here, I'll pull it up real quick. Not that one. This one. There you go. It's about goblins on a road trip, on a quest to save the Dark Lord, and all of the ways they mess it up, which are numerous. Feel free to check it out. It's on Amazon. It's on Audible. You can get it in paperback, ebook, audiobook. The audiobook's amazing. It's actually narrated by a whole suite of awesome folks from Sound Booth Theater, including Jeff Hayes of Dungeon Crawler Carl fame, if you are familiar, which is an absolute honor to have him on the book. Hanners, he say he's cute. Here, I'll pull him up again. There's our goblins. And Horse, their undead horse companion. Oh, thank you for the follow, Hanners. I appreciate that. And I'm glad you like my goblins. They're mischievous little guys. You gotta watch out. Alright, let's do a little more blending. I want to get this color right. I love how it looks like a bruise, though, y'all. It looks like it's injured. The land is just injured with being the Dark Lord's domain. Alright, let's get a little black in there. And then we need some real light red, probably. I'm not color matching quite as good as I would like, but I'm not hating it. You know, we're getting there. Get this brush size up. There we go. That's the color, y'all. Now we're getting it. Now look at that. You almost can't tell there was a road there. I'm really proud of that. That looks awesome. Zoom out. Look at that. Totally blended into the landscape. Love it. Alright, so now I wanted to change that path of the road. So I think it was like a brick road of some sort. Maybe it was a path was the wording that we had for it. I don't think I wrote it down. I just kind of threw that in there. Yeah, I didn't write down what brush I used for that. There it is. That's got to be it, right? Get the opacity up on it so we can actually see it. Yep, that's it. Or was it the pavement, actually? Nah, it was the first one. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and favorite this brush so that I can find it again in the future. The map makes you want to cast Fireball. Yeah, certainly up here in this legally distinct Mordor, Fireball would be the correct decision. And look, you even have your pick between the lava rivers or the fire ravines. Very, very varied architecture, landscape design there from the Dark Lord. Or the best place on here to cast Fireball would be the Caverns of Whispering Web, because please God, kill it with fire. That place is horrific. Alright, let's go ahead and add this road in here. I think brush size was like 14 when we did the road. Yeah, that's about right. Alright, I just wanted to make this path a little more curvy. That's not very curvy, Alex. That's too curvy. Gotta Goldilocks this thing. Get it just right. I kind of want it to curve behind the hoodoo like that, and then come out here. I kind of dig that. Just a, a better slow. An arrow is precise, Fireball is addressed to whom it may concern. That's really funny. I like that. I'm gonna have to steal that in future. Alright, my hand's a bit shaky, but I do like that path, so I'm gonna go with it. We're gonna rock with that one. And we're gonna delete this. I don't know what gray we used down here. It was too long ago. Oh, it's this one. Never mind. Nope, I'm sure it wasn't. That's alright. We're gonna change the color of this anyway, so let's just grab something basic and we're gonna paint over it real quick. Oh, come on, give me a gray. Alright. I don't know what color we used for that, but it's not important. We're going to knock it out like this, because we're going to paint over this. Rachel, welcome in. We are doing the map on inkcarnate.com. Here, I'll zoom out. Here's the map so far, and inkcarnate.com. It is a free map maker. It has a paid tier if you want, but you don't need it. I'm on the paid tier here for streaming purposes, but it just gives you more assets. Oh, I like that. There we go. Alrighty. Now our road's nice and curvy. We were going to add in... we're doing the hoodoos, so... It's a long name, because it's a silly comedy book. So let's do... We got to find a way to work this name into the landscape, you know? God, it's so long, y'all. When I wrote this book, you know, it was you know, it's all good fun. You have infinite space on the page, but then you get to a map and you have to place the name, the hoodoos of who goes there, and you realize that that doesn't work well for placing it on the map. Because it needs to go like right around here, but how do we do it, y'all? The Citadel of Shadow and Sin takes up so much space. I think we make it smaller. Let's start there. I think we put it on one line, and I think we do a negative curve on it. Dad of all trade, the Citadel looks awfully familiar. I can't imagine why. Certainly this this comedy fantasy book is not spoofing any well-known properties at all. If you think that one looks familiar, though, hold on. There's one in here that's literally just Barad-dûr. Let's see if we can find it real quick. I look at it, and it's like, yeah, it's literally just missing a giant burning eye on top of it. This one right here. And then I think there's one that's even... There it is. There it is. Look at that one, y'all. I wonder what they were thinking of when they made that one. Dad of all trades. Well, I appreciate that. If you don't have to pre-order though, because the book is already out. It's right here. You can get it on Amazon, Audible, ebook, paperback, and audiobook if you want. Anywhere you want to pick it up. You can even get signed copies now. I sell signed copies exclusively through my local bookstore. And y'all sold them out of their signed copies the first order they placed. So I just went in Wednesday and signed their second order. So thank you very much, everybody. If you want to support a local bookstore, you can get a signed copy through the link in my bio. They're a great little bookstore. Tails, you said when I placed this on the map, you feel like an old angry man started watching me. Yelling something about get off my lawn, maybe. I kind of like it right here. I think it's the best way to do the name. Yeah, that looks really good, actually. I like that, y'all. Let's get a quick save on that one. Papa Dog, you said, just want to thank you for being a part of the Incarnate community and creating maps. Well, thank you, Papa. I appreciate that. The Incarnate's incredible. The reason we started this stream format is because I just spend my free time in Incarnate making maps for fun, and I was like, I might as well stream it. I mean, normally I'm not doing it at 7:40 a.m. on a work day, but this is part of my work now, amazingly. Hanners, we love local bookstore support. Yeah, always, always. They're so good too. They run a bunch of book clubs and stuff there. I'm a massive fan of them. They opened up like 2 months ago. It's called Books by the Bay. Um, big fan. Lovely people, lovely little store. They go out of their way to support the community. All right, y'all. What else do Millie? Welcome in. Good to see you. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing well. Y'all, what do we want to fill in on the rest of the hoodoos? I feel like it needs a little something in here in these blank spaces. Maybe something deserty, maybe? Lifted nudo. You want to see the whole map? Here you go. Here's the whole map as it stands right now. You'll notice a couple blank regions we're still working on. But we have up here the Citadel of Shadow and Sin, the hoodoos of who goes there, the Caverns of Whispering Web down here with our creepy spiders, the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings, where our lovely little goblin main characters start out at. We have the Plains of Abandoned Hope and Paralyzing Fear in here, which are still under construction. They're not finished. I can't figure out what we're going to do with them. We got some creepy stuff going on in there. And then, y'all, this is an all-original creation that chat came up with, the Barrows of Blissful Bewilderment. The lore that we came up with is when you're on these hilltops, you can think and see clearly. But when you descend down into the forest and in the fog, it obscures your mind and like you can't think clearly and you just kind of wander aimlessly until you either find your way out or get back up a hilltop and can think clearly again. Trenchcoat, the Barrows is a legit RuneScape bite. Is it? Is it in RuneScape? I was referencing the Barrow Downs from Lord of the Rings with it. The book spoofs several fantasy books off the bat before going in its own wacky direction. Oh, Trenchcoat, I take it as a compliment. RuneScape's incredible. Rich, what's up, my dude? Good to see you. Welcome in. In Tales, yes, the heroes are goblins. Here's the cover. Pop it up real quick. Wriggly Little Hands. It's a fantasy comedy about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and all of the ways that they mess it up. I like to describe them as a D&D party that puts 0 points into intelligence, and it's being DM'd by a DM who's taking a shot after every chapter. Someone asked what we're using, what website. We're using inkcarnate.com. I'll put it in chat here, folks. It's a free map maker online. I don't have to draw it all. It's me. These are like stamps that you can place. So you can I just placed like these terrain features. Like the swamp is just a ton of trees, and then we carved out a river through it all. And then what we do to really make it stand out is you grab your paintbrush and you can paint in places. And what if you do like up in here, this was a red paint that we then mixed in some gray and black to kind of give it that bruised color. And that's kind of it, man. You can build a map like that. It's awesome. I have a lot of fun with it. I love doing this. I appreciate that, Trenchcoat. Very kind of you to say. What do you game, my dude? Based on the name, it sounds like you stream some gaming. You rocking that RuneScape? What's going on there? As we figure out what do we want to put up in the hoodoos? We gotta. I feel like there's some gaps in here that could be filled in. Maybe a deserty vibe. Let's see what kind of desert assets we can pull up here. I'll make sure to spell it right because I always spell it dessert. Oh, that's kind of cool, y'all. We got like this kind of thingy. I don't know what it is. It's like a stalactite. Or wait, hold on. I remember stalagmite. No, stalagmite. Stalagmite's from the bottom. We got some cacti. You can throw some. I think cactus might work well in there. Who doesn't love dead trees? Gotta get dead trees. You know what? Some little guard towers might be kind of cool with like a desert aesthetic to them. That could be fun to stick in there. You thought it was a termite hill? Oh, it does look like a termite hill, doesn't it? We could do that. What else we got for you? There's a lot of desert assets. Thank you for the follows, folks. I appreciate that. I'll go nuts with them. Thank you very much, and welcome in. If you don't know, I'm author Alex Knight. I've been writing full-time since 2018, And today, every Friday, we do Fantasy Map Friday on inkcarnate.com, for anybody wondering. This is a free map-making website. I'm on the Pro tier, but you can use it for free as well. It's pretty darn good. Jack Ann, good to see you. Welcome in. Put the dead trees in after the cacti to emphasize the topographical and climate changes, maybe? Yeah, we could do that. I think there's also... this is like a lot of fire and whatnot going on in our legally distinct Mordor region. So that heat, I feel like, would mess with plant life. But first of all, a little trick here, y'all. I'm really bad at this, so we're learning this. Make sure when you're placing things that you scale it to other areas in your map. So like, I'm gonna make this tree scaled correctly with that tree. Then we're gonna bring it on over here, and you're gonna see how bad I am at scaling. Galame, welcome in. It is called inkcarnate.com. I just put it in chat for you there. It is a free map maker. Heroes Path, you said, this is so cool. I think you just said the software name right when I joined. Could you plug it again? Oh, I just got it. Look at that. Yeah, inkcarnate.com. Do enjoy, folks. Wonderful website. I was going to say, you'll see how bad I am at scaling. I'm still trying to learn it. Because if you take this tree and you swing on down to the plains, like, tree is the correct size with the other trees, right? Makes sense? But if you look at that same tree up here, oops, it's as tall as hoodoos and mountains. Whoops! I'm not good at scale. So maybe we don't do any trees in here. Maybe we hide those. We stick some cacti in here. And I think, you know what we need to do as well? We need to change the color of this cactus. It looks, when it looks this green in here with all this evil red, it don't work, right? So hold on, we're going to zoom in on it, and we're going to color shift this bad boy. I want this place to be so dry that, like, even the cacti are having trouble, man. Desaturate it a little bit. It's weird, it gets blurry when I change its color. It's because it's so big, probably. Make it look burnt? We could do that. We could make it look a little burned. Let's see, we'll grab a red hue, we'll desaturate. That made it too gray. Get the brightness. I'm not loving that. That color shift's not working. Thank you for all the follows, folks. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by, Heroes Path. Haley, it is inkcarnate.com. Free map maker online. I love it. Use it all the time, just for fun even. But hey, I'll zoom out real quick. Y'all can see the full map. We're making a map for my fantasy comedy book, Wriggly Little Hands. This is where it starts out at the beginning before going on to more silly adventures. And here's the cover real quick. You can find it on Amazon and Audible, ebook, paperback, audiobook, any format you want. Give it a look if you don't mind. It's very silly. It has been described as a D&D campaign where no one put any points into intelligence and the DM is taking a shot after every chapter. User, we are spoofing Lord of the Rings for sure. It starts out with a fair few Lord of the Rings references, and then grows into its own silly, weird direction. But yeah, definitely definitely making fun of Lord of the Rings a little bit in there, in a loving way. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I don't think in the book that it canonically mentions that there are cactus in the hoodoos, but there are now. So there we go. I love these little cacti in here, man. Runic Sofa, welcome in, my friend. We're using inkcarnate.com. I'll just put it in chat there for you. It's a free online map maker. Feel free to give it a look. All right, y'all, I want to move this termite mound type thing in here. I think it'd be a perfect thing to intersperse through the hoodoos. But you see its color's wrong, right? So again, let's color shift it. We're going to make it red. We're going to desaturate a little bit. Turn down that brightness a bit. And that's pretty close right there, but I think it needs to be a little bit more orangey. Boom. Look at that, man. Millie, I have not seen that K-pop Demon Hunters show. I've heard, or movie, I think. I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't watched it myself. Runic, you've been using Campaign Cartographer 3. I've heard really good reviews of that, but I've not used it myself. You like it? Oh, that one's a little too tall. We can't have anything that tall next to the volcano now. The volcano's got to be dominating the landscape, you know? I do like kind of putting these things on the lead up, though. You know, some folks decorate with garden gnomes. The Dark Lord decorates with whatever these termite mound spikes are. Everybody's got to have hobbies. Everybody's got to have hobbies. Galame Artist. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate that. I love having artists hanging out. We have a lot of artists in the community. And they also are incredible to have on the map stream days because y'all know color theory and all that good stuff. The artists really help get me there on making this look good. Let's get a quick zoom out so you can see the whole map. Got a little bit more regions to fill in, but Jack Ann, would you say? God forbid a Dark Lord take up interior decorating. Get a quick save on here. Had so many new assets added. You gotta save it. Trying to spill my coffee. Hey, Sloyd, you have a good one, my guy. Thanks for being here, and I hope your daughter has fun marching with the Girl Scouts today, dude. That's awesome. Rock on. Scouting is wonderful. All right, let's get this tower in here, y'all. Yeah, Dresden. It is inkcarnate.com, as Melissa so helpfully said. Wonderful website, free map maker. Rad, this is not Candyland, though it might look like it at sometimes. It's the map from my fantasy comedy book, Wriggly Little Hands. Here, I'll flash the cover real quick. It's this one. It's about goblins on a road trip. Feel free to check it out on Amazon if you want, or Audible if you are into audiobooks. All right, we're going to need to move the Hoodoo name just a little bit, because I think a tower would be really cool along the road here. If this were Candy... What's that, If this were Candyland, this area would be, what's that hot, spicy, earthy thing that Mexican candy uses a lot? I'm blanking on it, man, but being in Houston, we get it on a lot of things sometimes. And, man, that stuff, I like spicy, but that stuff wrecks me. Yeah, Tajín, Impage, there you go. The Tajín, man. I got a fruit ice cream drink from the local, frozen ice place. And they coated the entire straw in Tajín, and I was like, man, I'm way too white for this. This is killing me. And I like spicy food. Andrew Duguay. Hold on, let me bring this profile picture up. Yeah, you're the Andrew Duguay I know, my dude. What's up? Good to see you, man. How you been? Thanks for tuning in. Dude, how you doing? How's your dad? I think about y'all a lot. I was just talking about how cool scouting is right before you got here. I kind of think the tower is a little too much in here. What do we think? Like, I like it, but it almost feels like it's a bit much, maybe. Let's zoom out and get the whole map in here real quick. There we go. You can see we still got some progress in certain areas, but we'll get there. Stuart, thank you for the follow, my friend. I appreciate you. Aaron, you said I would love to see those goblins explore Candyland. I mean, they just eat it all. I don't even know if they know the concept of candy, though. They eat stuff like bugs and toads and newts. Andrew, the fam's doing good. Awesome, rock on, dude. I love to hear it. I cherish those days. I hope you're doing good too, man. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you. Y'all, if you don't know, we're making a fantasy map here for my book. This one right here, Wriggly Little Hands. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord, and all the ways they mess it up. It's a lot of fun. Check it out on Amazon, Audible, ebook, paperback, audiobook, whatever you want. And as a link in my bio, you can get a signed copy from my local bookstore. They are the only place that I sell signed copies. So if you want one, hey, you can support my local bookstore. Order it online. The Pinecone, my friend, welcome in. Inkcarnate.com is what we're using. I just put it in chat for you. It is a free map maker online. Totally easy to use. Aaron, what did you say about the tower? I saw it. Where Or was it? Maybe move the tower out a bit more. Ah, keep it a little bit further away. I could see that. It is messing with the text, but you know what? We're going to do something a little fun here. Hold on. There we go. Y'all, I love putting text behind stuff, assets in the environment. You just got to make sure it's still readable, but like, kind of like that. Let's do it like right here, and then we'll put the tower like this. There we go. It makes it a little hard to read, but I think it adds some nice depth. Fancy. Millie, you got to head out. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. I hope you have a good day. Dresden Cypher, at this point, Incarnate should give me a sponsorship or a promo code. I emailed them. They apologized and said they have too many requests for sponsorship. They can't do them all, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll wear them down. I'm here every Friday. We'll get there eventually. Oh, thank you, Remington. Super kind of you to say. Simp1X, my dude. Welcome in. Happy Friday. It's good to see you. And Leisha, y'all. Welcome in. Good to have you. I hope y'all are doing well. Hope you got a good weekend planned. I am working today because I am self-employed and I forgot to look ahead at holidays. So, whoops. I can't read your name. I don't know what language that is. But yes, Incarnate, you are right, my friend. Oh, thank you, users 7389-299-27421. Appreciate you. We do try to keep the vibes up. Around here. Aaron, you asked what areas of the map we're working on. We're working on the hoodoos of who goes there, and I think it's kind of done. I think maybe one more cactus up in here. And I was placing these little pokey termite mound spire type dealios. But I think they're kind of good, y'all. What do we think? How's it looking? Do we think the hoodoos are nice and full? Anything else should go in there? Let me know. Brandon, you asked if your book was a game. What type of game would it be? Baldur's Gate? Elder Scrolls? There's not a lot of... So here, y'all help me decide. Here's the cover. What do we think? I feel like it's like a goofier version of like Baldur's Gate in a way. It's definitely D&D adjacent. It's very silly. I'm going to say somewhere between Baldur's Gate 3 and blanking on it. Why am I forgetting this? Hold on, let me pull up Steam. It'll be in my Steam. I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of it. Disco Elysium. There we go. I feel like it's halfway between Baldur's Gate and Disco Elysium. Borderlands. That's a good one. That's a good pull, actually. Latro Online. I love Latro. Castle Crashers. Yeah. That's smart. That's a good pull as well. Very much in that realm. All right, y'all. I think the hoodoos are pretty rocking. I think we can move on from the hoodoos. Jay Uso on YouTube, my friend. Welcome back. Prince Hulk, you want to add a stadium to the map? Probably not quite in lore too much. But I did. You know what, y'all? This was the first map we made on stream. And speaking of stadiums, we had some chat Easter eggs. We added a hockey rink on it. So if I blow these up, you can see they kind of look like goals, right? So there's two of them on our little oval frozen lake. So we put a little Easter eggs in here from time to time, and here was our first map that we made on our first Fantasy Map Friday series. Worm Rest Isle. All original. Made it with chat. Brandon says medieval Borderlands would go hard. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'd play that. Something between Borderlands and Chivalry. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Dresden. If the tower cast a shadow on shadow. I might have to do that. I might have to give that a shot. I think for the moment, though, Impage Studios, it's got vibes like Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. I have heard of that game. Alright, y'all. Well, I think it's time to work on the Rapids of Regret. They're like right in here. So I guess I guess we got to do some more water around here, which is a little weird with all the lava. So if we're going to do rapids, we're going to need flowing water. Jungle Duck, my friend, welcome in. We are on incarnate.com. I put it in chat right there for you. It's a free map making software online. Well, thank you, Kazday. You said, I wish all books had maps like this. Let me pull something up for you. Oh, I got to download it real quick. Hold, please. I really want to show you. Oh, you know what? We can go to my website. Nah, we'll just download it. Let's go to art, and we're going to go to maps, and we're going to go to this map. And this one, that's black and white. We don't want that. Here we go. Download this one. Let's see if we can get this on screen real quick. Thank you for the follows, folks. I appreciate you. That's not it. We can go to this one. Nope. I don't have my display capture set up right for today. How can we do this? I don't think I have anything set up. So we're going to go here. We're going to add a source real quick. Just bear with me one moment. Display capture. I'm going to do this. Haha, here we go. This is the map I was trying to show. So this is actually the map for the book. If I can get it centered correctly. There we go. That's actually the map in the book. The goblins made. So shout out to Ivan Shavrin, my artist, man. He did this for me. They do look kind of like Ninja Turtles, don't they? Which I dig. No, they're goblins, though. So this is actually the official map, but as you can see, the goblins made it. So it's not very helpful. It's just, places are just named things like Bad Spooky, or No Good Bad, Hot Bad Fall, People City. They've straight up just crushed a mosquito over here. This guy's just burning a hole in the map, so this map's not going to do too well. So we gotta make a human map so we can at least read a little bit of the areas in here, Get a quick save on it. All right, y'all. What I was gonna ask was, oh well, thank you for saying it looks cool. I appreciate you, Static, and welcome in. Zen the Flower, thank you for following. I appreciate that. Oh, Lamely, you're correct. That is a picture of well, legally distinct Mordor, we call it. But if we go over to here, and I lean out of the way, there's the artist version of it from the back of the book. Oh, and thank you. I missed some gifts. I'm new user 7389. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know what? You give a gift, you get a gift. So you know what? I got a goblin for you right here. This one's for you. Thank you very much for the gift. That one's yours. Like gremlins, don't feed them after midnight. Hide every match in your house, and I apologize. Your house will never be clean again. They're pretty chaotic. All right, y'all. We're in the Rapids of Regret. That's the region we're doing now. So I got a question for you, chat. I need your help. If it's going to be rapids are flowing water, right? We need it to flow from somewhere. So we got mountains like right in here. They could flow, this way, left to right. We also have the barrows up here, the barrows of blissful bewilderment. They could flow from there. What do we like? But if we got rapids, we need water, right? Where's it going to come from? It's kind of, it'd be evaporated if it was up here with all this lava and nonsense. Where's the river go? What do we think? Flow from the barrows? I kind of like that. Oh, a violent natural spring. That's kind of cool. Impage, we're in the Rapids of Regret. Same, brother. Ooh, I like the both idea. Boston, my friend, yes, we are using incarnate.com. Thanks for stopping by. Yo, I like... Okay, so yeah, Dresden, that's a thought that I just had. They could be lava rapids. But in the book, our main character, Goblin Ollie, does stop and drink from them. And comments on how the souls imprisoned within add a special spritz to the drink. So I like the idea. They have to be water then, because the book's already written, I like the idea of them crashing into each other. So I kind of, I'm just going to grab a brush real quick. I kind of like, flowing from the barrows to like here. And then maybe flowing like from here. And then it's also coming down from the mountains. But if it's rapids, it's got to kind of go one direction, really. maybe we do something like this. Flows from the barrows, flows from the mountains. They meet right in there and kind of flow off this way. I don't know. Something like that. Something like that, maybe? It doesn't feel very natural, but I'm not, you know, this is a comedy fantasy world, so we can bend the rules a little bit for this. Which, by the way, y'all, if you weren't here when I showed it last, here's the cover for the world we're making. Wriggly Little Hands is the book. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord, and oh boy, all the ways they mess it up. You can grab it on Amazon, an ebook, paperback. Grab it an audiobook on Audible. Give it a look. I think you'll have fun with it. Vashmit, yes, we are using inkcarnate.com. Put it in chat for you right there. And Hannah, this is the pro version. It just gives you kind of some more assets. The free version is really good. I do recommend the pro. I mean, it's $5 a month or $25 a year. It's pretty small ask. I really appreciate them pricing it that way. So I got the pro version for stream, but I used the free one before that, and it was totally fine, you know. Brandon, you said the water could come from the mountains and the souls trapped within are really just ash. Yeah, could do that. Although the Dark Lord, you know, rules from his tower on high right up here, so they are canonically, they are definitely imprisoned souls. I like that, MJ. You were thinking 2 different rivers, and the rapids being in the valley, mountains below. So kind of like, let's grab a blue brush as well when we're doing this. We're just sketching it out at the moment. I'll put an actual river. That's not blue enough. We'll put an actual river in here in a moment. So I think we get a river flowing from the barrows, like right in here. Maybe this way. And then a river from the mountains. They kind of meet. Yeah, because these are mountains. These are like hills and hoodoos. You're not going to have a lot of rivers coming from there. So kind of like in here, and they meet. I feel like it's got to be something like that. I almost, though, if it's rapids, I kind of want to add a few more mountains. Like, I kind of want to stick a couple more mountains around here and make a little valley that they might be flowing through. That could be kind of cool, I think. Just placing them quickly. This isn't final. Some smaller hills as well. Yeah, I agree with that, Aaron. We could, like, so I'm kind of thinking like that, and then, you know, the river is going through. Something kind of like that. It's not a very geographically accurate river. Ooh, now there's a thought. Revenge, I think it is. revng.aep. You should make it like the Appalachian Mountains where it wraps around. That'd be pretty sick. Beef, you said make a place with nothing but a big giant statue with fog rolling through it so it's creepy. Yeah, that'd be pretty good, man. Ember Ethereal says rapids happening in areas that flood often. Too, not just slopes. Yeah, that's a good point. Sunita Mahoney, we're making it through inkcarnate.com. Just put it in chat there for you. It's a free online map maker. Absolutely love it. Big shout out to Incarnate. All right, well, let's go ahead and get these mountains in here, and then we'll figure it out from there. I think if we start with the mountains, we can kind of create a little valley, and then we'll kind of figure it out, you know. Use these hills. We already colored these nicely, so we're just gonna drop them on in here. Get some more mountains going. Dresden Cipher Incarnate is browser based. I kind of wish at times that they had an offline version, but I mean that's just me being selfish and wanting to, like, you know, have copies of programs forever. It works browser based and it's awesome. Huge shout out. Judah looks exactly like Mordor. I'm glad. We're calling it legally distinct Mordor, because it is the book. Here it is. Here's the cover. The book does spoof Lord of the Rings quite heavily at the beginning. It is very much a comedy fantasy, and we play on a lot of the fantasy tropes. I do like that suggestion, Impage. The river could flow into the swamp. It's a long way to go, all the way down there, but it kind of would make sense. Oh yeah, Alex, here we go. We'll zoom out for you. Here's our whole map so far. Some gaps to fill in still, but we're getting there. This river is just a sketch. We'll make an actual river there, so it won't be so blue. Mordor from Wish. Charlie, we use inkcarnate.com, my friend. Yeah, so Revenge, this is one of the maps from the book. The official map in the book, let's pull it up real quick, is this one. But it fits the theme of the goblin main characters. So this is their goblin map. It's just not very helpful to people because things are labeled just like Big Boss here and Hot Bad Fall. Also, this guy's literally just burning a hole in it, so this map's not long for this world. But yeah, this is the map in the book. And then we are making a little more detailed one that actually goes over the regions in the beginning of the book. Yeah, Charlie, inkcarnate.com is a great place to make your a map for your book. All right, so what if, y'all, thoughts on a river? What if the river's kind of like this, and then we get another one coming down from these mountains? You can get a couple little ones, because, you know, rivers really don't come from one place. There are a bunch of different streams that trickle together. And then it can kind of flow down between these cliffs. If I get rid of this hill right here, you could have it kind of flow down between... but you see, the river's on the cliff. So, you know... Oh, you know what, folks? You know what? I just had a revelation. You go like this, and it goes off the... We can have a waterfall right there. Yo, what about that? I kind of dig that. Let's see if we can grab a waterfall. Yeah, we can make that work, y'all. Put this bad boy right here. Can we flip it? Let's get a horizontal flip on it. Make it a little smaller. Oh god, it's gonna be way too big. Or it's like way too tall. Yeah, it's gonna be really small. We need a different waterfall stamp. Let's see, something more like this. Oh, you know what? This one's even the right like shape and angle. That's the word I'm looking for. Kind of like that. I want it in the crook of these. So we'll move the river to swing in like that. There we go, y'all. All right, we'll change the river's location a bit. Hold, please. There we go. All right, now let's put our waterfall like right there-ish. I'm gonna move this. Oh, that moves the whole thing. Darn. Maddie McLeod, welcome in, my friend. This is inkcarnate.com. Oh, I spelled it wrong, but Impage Studios has got me. And they're smart. They use the comma com, so it doesn't get filtered out. Appreciate you, Impage. All right, there's our waterfall. Now let's get that river over there. All right, so I'm gonna actually map out. We're gonna use the masking tool on subtract, and what that does is it will actually cut holes in the landscape to put water beneath it. So I'm gonna start with a smooth one, and we're gonna just trace. Oh yeah, definitely, Michelle. We're definitely the blue of the river right now is just paint. We're just kind of like marking it like with chalk, basically. We're gonna carve out the river now. And we'll make it the blue color of the rest of the water, like down here. Hey, Bunny O'Bones, go have fun writing, my dude. I hope it goes well. Good luck, dude. Good luck. Exciting. I can't read your username, but it does have an eyeball in it. You said, how much do authors make? It depends on how successful you are. Me particularly, I do make enough to be full-time, but I make barely enough to be full-time. I say I make a little bit more than if I worked at, like, you know, the post office full-time. You know, but I get to do this job and I love it, and that's pretty sick. I'm pretty happy about that. Let's see. I I want to do the river here is going to be flatter and wider because like the Barrows, it should be narrow here as it's coming downhill from the Barrows, right? But then I want it to get wider because it's going to, flat ground. So we're going to do it out. Oh, that's a little bit too much. Start like right here, and then we're going to get an in-between brush size. So we can kind of do like that and make it just, naturally kind of widen as it goes. And I know the river's smooth. We'll rough it up. Getting a lot of questions about where we're doing this at. This is inkcarnate.com. Ling Gang, oh man, Gooby Wada on YouTube. My friend, it is inkcarnate.com. It is a free map making software. I put it in chat there for you. Welcome in. We're making a map for my fantasy book. Here's the full map if we zoom out. And if y'all don't know, we do this every Friday at 7 a.m. Central Time. And the book that we're making this one for is right here. It is Wriggly Little Hands. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and all of the wonderful ways they mess that up. It's been described as a D&D campaign where no one put any points into intelligence, and the DM's taking a shot after every chapter. And a reviewer said that, and I'm like, holy cow, you understood this book. You get it. All right, so let's merge these rivers. Charlie, you were wondering if I have any tips for making a map and writing. For writing, my instant tip that I always go with is don't start out writing novels. They're really long and take a long time. Start out writing short stories. They're incredible practice. There's a ton of free contests that you can submit them to get like feedback and see, if you can place and do well in them. They're often judged by industry professionals. And short stories you can write so much faster than novels. So it's basically like, you don't just jump into running a marathon, right? You train first, and that's what short stories do. So those are my easy, quick and dirty tips on writing a novel or writing stories. But please, if you have any more specific questions, always ask. I'm very happy to answer. We do that a lot of the time during the week. So any stream that I'm on, y'all, if you got questions about writing, please let me know. Always happy to talk about it. All right, how do we like that? It's just a little rough. Here's our little river streams coming on down from the mountains. Thank you for the follows, by the way, everybody. And Bunny O'Bones for the roses. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Get one more feeder stream coming on down here. All right, now we're going to make the river a little bit bigger. Not quite that big, maybe like an 8 on the brush size. And what we're going to do is where these streams join, we make bigger water, Kind of like that. And then they flow together into the real big river. Boom here. Why would rivers be coming off a mountain that's on fire? It's a good question. Because this is a comedy fantasy world, and so we eschew the rules of topography and geography in favor of whatever is funniest. And we are making an area called the Rapids of Regret. So, we need mountains to make the water flow. You're not hating, you think it's cool. Hey, well, look, it just makes for a nice lukewarm river as it comes down. It's actually like a running jacuzzi. Oh, I am Terrell. You use this to make maps for your D&D campaign? Yeah, it's lovely for it, y'all. It's so good. Inkcarnate.com, major shout out. It even has a battle map setting where you can do like really zoomed in stuff. It's awesome. Huge Incarnate fan here. And if I sing their praises enough, one day they might sponsor me. Those are a little, I need to put the hills above this. So let's see, we're getting really particular here, but we're gonna grab these hills, layer up, and then we're gonna move them on top of the river so it hides the river a bit, kind of like that. There we go. Oh, thank you, Ryan. You said this is so sick. What's the book about? Well, thank you for asking. Here's the map. We'll get a quick save on it. And the book, while we're saving, is Wriggly Little Hands. It is a comedy fantasy. Can you tell I'm good at selling it? It's a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip, attempting to save the Dark Lord, and all of the horrible ways they mess that up because, well, they're goblins, and they're often described as D&D characters who have no points in intelligence. That's a fun book. You can get it on Amazon. Audiobook is on Audible. You can get it on Amazon in paperback or ebook. And you can also buy signed copies from my local bookstore. That is my only retailer of signed copies, the only place I will sell them. So you can, kind of make you support my local bookstore a little bit. Yeah, and the audiobook, if you're into audiobooks, it is narrated by a cast of wonderful narrators from Soundbooth Theater, including Jeff Hayes of Dungeon Crawler Carl fame, if you're familiar with that. Naruto Minecraft, incarnate.com is the website, free map maker. Lingang Gubiwada, I'm trying to say that name right, on YouTube, you said, I'm trying to write a story about a young dwarf and his friends rescuing his father. It's alright so far. I got inspiration from The Hobbit, my favorite book. I love to hear that. That's awesome. The Hobbit is an incredible book. I'm glad that it was inspiring to you, and I'm glad that you're writing. Rock on. If you feel free to hang out on stream, Ling. We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Central Time. Fridays, we always do maps. Mondays and Wednesdays, we do different things. This past Wednesday, we looked at the opening lines of books that y'all suggested. We read them live on stream, and then I'm a full-time author, so I talked about why I think they work and what they're doing well. On Mondays, I write my next book on stream, so feel free to hang out on those days. And any day that I'm streaming, if you got questions about writing, man, hit me with them. I'm always happy to help you out, see if I can't give a little bit of advice. All right, let's keep this river going. And then we're going to get rid of this ugly blue chalky color that we threw down here just to kind of mark it, Gonna make it go around the hill a little bit. Let's flip this hill. We're gonna horizontally flip it. There we go. So it's got a more of a strong side there. All right, back to charting the course of the river. Oh, Ling, you're definitely going to buy the book. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy it. Here, I'll pull it up again one more time because Danny also asked. Danny, here's the book. Wriggly Little Hands, about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and all the ways they mess it up. It's good for, it's like a Terry Pratchett book. It's good for adults, relatively clean comedy, but I've had a lot of YA and middle grade readers pick it up. And actually, you know what, y'all? I showed it earlier. Let me pull it up again. I got to show this off, y'all. I got fan art from a 6th grader who just finished the book, and peak moment of my career, y'all. Look at this. Let me see if I can zoom it in a bit better. It's just on Instagram, but look at this, man. He sent me in this art that he made. I'm so flattered. He loved the book and he wanted to make fan art for me. He sent me a little letter too. So massive shout out there. That was incredible. I never expected to receive that. Oh, go to the next pic, Aaron said. You're right. That one is zoomed in, isn't it? Hold, please. Yeah, I don't even, it's my own post. I should know the next one. There we go. There's the art, folks. Look at that. I love it. He did the main character. He did Ollie the Goblin. So thank you to that reader. I won't say his name because he's a minor, but thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, and you literally made my week with that by sending me that art. I am astounded. Thank you so much. All right, don't mind the Cheeto dust in my river here. We'll fix that. That's called Alex accidentally painted lava on the background layer and didn't know he did it. So we go fix that. Let's make this a little bit bigger. A little bit, like a 16 on the brush size. And then right here, and the cliff side is messing with my waterfall because it's got color on top. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our brush, we're going to paint top layer, and we're going to go in here and see if we can't just kind of brute force this bad boy, kind of like that. We'll polish. That's not really, I'm not loving that though. How do we fix that? Because that is color from the cliff itself. I guess what we could do is we could move the cliff, or move the waterfall to a non-colored portion. So let's see, if we put the waterfall like here-ish, I think we'll be okay. So we need to change the course of the river a little bit. I'm gonna cut it up like this, go back to our subtract tool, and then we're gonna swing it on down through the Cheeto dust into there. Oh, you know what? I made it wider. Let's put it back down to 14 to keep this size consistent. And now we'll put it up to 16. And boom. A little bit rough. Boom. Boom? One of these will be satisfying to me. There's still a little bit of color there. Unfortunate. I wish I could work around that. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm on the wrong... There we go. I was on the wrong display screen. The Cheeto dust in the water. Thank you for the follow, y'all. I appreciate that. Ling on YouTube, you said, sorry to leave stream. Have a great rest of it. Nah, you're good, Ling. I appreciate you stopping by. Pleasure to have you. Oh, thank you so much for the follows, y'all. You guys are flattering me. I'm very lucky to have you. Thank you for stopping by. What program? This is inkcarnate.com. I'll put it in chat there for you. Free map maker. Is a browser-based free map-making software. I'm on the paid version, but you don't need to be. The free one's just fine. Check it out. It's awesome. It's a good time. Yeah, the corner of the cliff is what's messing up the waterfall, which is a real shame. I do not approve, Cliff. What's wrong with you? I'm wondering how I can fix it. I could make the cliff a little bit opaque. That's not doing it. Maybe a different blend mode? I'm not sure how to... I've never actually run into this issue before. Yeah, right in here is what's messing with it. So I take it away, it's fine. If you put it back, that's what's in the way. Your local pansexual, I would lose my mind to have a cosplay from Wriggly Little Hands. That would be insane. There's, you know what? There's actually big cosplay potential as well, because I'm working on. Because here's the book itself, right? Yeah, Yoshia Gaming. This is a PC program for sure, browser based. This is the cover. So like, you got all these goblins you could do, but I'm also working on a prequel book. A Wriggly Little Assistant, and I mean, this wizard's awesome. My cover artist rocked this guy, dude. Look how cool he looks. Look, he's got like rings on, he's got painted nails, awesome little bead bracelet. I feel like this is also a great cosplay. Your local pansexual, I appreciate it. Look, if you cosplay, please send me a photo. I cosplayed in my day. I never thought I would have someone cosplay my own stuff. That would be amazing. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take out this Cheeto dust, y'all. We gotta get this Cheeto dust out of our river. We're gonna just do that for now. We'll have to find the color for the river that we want. Right now, it's gonna be a little white, but we'll fix it. Oh, I could use some wave stamps on the cliff, Impage. Man, you're see. I told y'all I love having artists hanging out because they know what they're doing. Impage is like my incarnate expert, dude. He knows what's going on. Let's see if we can get some waves to mess with the cliff. Oh boy, that's a little bit big. Oh, that's really smart. That's really smart, Impage, because I can throw these waves down and make them a top layer, and then it's just gonna look like it's churning water at the edge of the waterfall. You know, man? Jeez, I love it. The Pinecone, this was built in Parchment World and then Fantasy Map Assets. I kind of mixed the two of them together. Your local pansexual, you can buy the book. You got a couple options. You can buy it on Amazon for ebook or Kindle Unlimited. You can get it on Audible as an audiobook, or you can also get paperbacks through Amazon. But if you want a signed paperback and you want to support a local bookstore, there's a link in my bio to get signed copies. And the only place that sells signed copies is my local bookstore. So if you want to support them, that's a great way to do it. And I just went and signed their new order of copies on Wednesday. So I know they are stocked. I know there's at least a couple have sold since then, but they should still be in stock. Let's see, I want to see if I can color shift. Here we go. I need to color shift these waves to be a little more blue. So let's, we're going to grab this wave. We're going to make it really big so we can get a good view of it. Hey, Ling, welcome back on YouTube. Pleasure to have you join us again. Interesting. It's not changing the color of the wave. You can change the brightness, but not any of the color. Interesting. I guess it's just going to have to be white water. Lack of a writer, hello, welcome in. Good to have you. Michal, you said the bottom part under the waterfall can be moved to where the waterfall starts. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Like we just get the water. Come on now, grab the waterfall. There it is. Just kind of start the waterfall further back. The cliff's still kind of in the way, though. I think the waterfall's got to hang out where it is, like right there. It almost needs to be more... You know what we could do? You know what we could do, y'all? We could just make a different cliff in there. Hold on, let me look at the cliff stamps. We got this bad boy right here. This could work. Let's, I'm just going to move this cliff stamp for now. And you know, what we need is we actually need two. We need two, and we're going to leave them broken in the middle. So we're going to take, like, this one right here. And then we're going to grab, maybe like, nah, not quite that one. Something like this, maybe? We're going to find it. Alex is back to cliff time. There was a whole stream where I spent the whole time messing with cliffs. Let's see, if we make you a bit smaller, rotate it. That looks like this might... Nope, same issue. We got to split it in half. Thank you for the follow, by the way, everybody. It's a lot of follows. I appreciate y'all. And if you're wondering what program it is, inkcarnate.com. And here, it's a free map maker online. And I'll zoom out real quick so you can see the map as it stands at present. Here we go. There it is. Nice and centered. Been working on it for a couple Fridays now with stream, taking your suggestions. Fun fact, y'all. This area up here, the Barrows of Blissful Bewilderment, where you get lost in this fog that clouds your thoughts and bewilders you, that is entirely chat created. Chat came up with that, and we threw it onto the map. Let's figure out this little waterfall now. I think I just need to get a split cliff. That would knock it out. I just got to find the right one. So like this one here, make it a bit smaller, and we're gonna put it. No, it's not. The river was made to this cliff shape. Like I put the cliff in, then I made the river around it. So there's gotta be a way to do it. I'm also seeing that the river, or the ground beneath this, needs to be cut out a bit more. So let's cut that all the way out. I can rotate the waterfall a little bit. It'll look a bit weird. Oh, that actually looks good. Yeah, I'm kind of digging that. That was a good suggestion. Thank you for that, Melissa. Alright, and now we'll see if we can get more of these waves up in here. Maybe the waves will get us there. We rotate them, kind of just make it choppy looking. It's still not... I'm still not loving it. It's pretty good. It's the waterfall looks wrong, though, doesn't it, when it's rotated? Shadow Hunter, we're on inkcarnate.com. Thank you for stopping by. Inkcarnate is a free browser-based map maker. Instead of a waterfall, just put an endless pit. Everybody loves an endless pit. How to fix? This is definitely doable. I think we might just need to fudge it just a little bit. So we're going to put the waterfall. Yeah, Impage, I was trying to do the waves in waterfall color, but I couldn't change the color of the waves very well. I'm gonna try. Oh, that's smart, Leisha. Stacking waterfalls. Kind of like that. Yeah, that kind of works. All right, that's gonna be my backup plan. But here, I want to try this real quick. Let's move the cliff out again. Cliff has been evicted. We're gonna put a different cliff in there. It's not really the right size. All right, so you're not the right one. We'll find the right cliff. Yeah, that'll do. Gonna move that. Put you here. Nope, that won't do. Make that smaller. Do it like this. Maybe this will work. There we go. Yeah. We can make this work, y'all. We're gonna get there. All right, look. There's our cliff, right? Put it like this. Rotate it a little bit. Boom. There's our cliff. All right, we got that going. Now we can do our waterfall like wherever we want. And then I'm going to cut out this little section of river. So it's, the waterfall, it needs a pool at the bottom, right? Maybe, I kind of like it like that. I kind of like it being curved. Nah. Yeah, get it out of there. There we go. And now we're going to bring in a second half of the cliff on the back side, right in here. There we go, folks. I'm going to cut away the land at the base of the cliff so it just kind of flows into the water, And then we're going to rotate this cliff ever so slightly so that it fits just a little bit better because I'm being picky. And y'all, we got a waterfall. We got a waterfall now. Check it out. All right, that was a lot of work for a little teeny tiny waterfall. Add a mystery cave of dangers. All fantasy maps seem to have one or more of those. Christopher Fletcher, my friend, I got one for you. Where is it? Right up in here. Look at this. We got a mystery cave that has a lava river flowing out of it. We worked on that one day. We did some special lighting in here where we did the lava and then we lowered the opacity and made it smaller so it appears to disappear into the darkness in there. I was very happy with that. Another little detail that when you zoom out you absolutely can't see, but this is how we do it. We get into the nitty-gritty details here. Your local pansexual says, I think I'm going to use this app to make my fantasy books map because I need a better one. Yeah, rock on. If you have the paid tier, you can even publish the map in your book. You get the license to publish it. Which is really generous, super cool. The free tier you can do whatever you want. You just can't publish the map in a book to sell. But it's $5 a month, and if you make the map in that month, you get the license. Lost Women of History, welcome in. We are using Incarnate, yeah, like Flan just said, spot on, to make this map. Thanks for the support, y'all. You got me through the waterfall struggles we were having over there, but we got there. Waterfall done. Let's widen this river a little bit. And then we're going to make the river the color that we want it, and we're going to rough up the edges so that it looks a little more river. Because right now it's a little bit unnatural, 4-6, my friend. Hello. You want the fishing dock. You always want the fishing dock in here. We could throw one in. You know what, y'all? I think it would be really fun to put the fishing dock in the Dark Lord's lava lake up here. That could be that could be pretty silly. I could be about that. If y'all don't know, this is the first map that we made, and I believe 4-6 was the one that wanted a fishing dock on that one as well. So if we zoom all the way in here on Heather Bay, there's 4-6's fishing dock. And someone else, I don't remember who it was, requested a duck. So here we go. We got a duck that lives in this tree up in here. Yeah, this is an altogether happier map that we made our first time. This was all original. Chat and I we just came up with it together. This one is from my book, Wriggly Little Hands, so it actually has some canon to it. And if you don't know the book, it's this one right here. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and all the wonderful ways they messed that up. My favorite description that a reviewer gave to it was it's like a D&D campaign where no one put points into intelligence, and the DM is taking a shot after every chapter. I was like, oh my god, thank you for that. That's the best. That's a better tagline than I could have written. And you can get it on Amazon and Audible, an ebook, paperback, audiobook, and there's a link in my bio if you want to get a signed copy from my local bookstore. Support a small author, support a local bookstore. All good things. All right, so what we're gonna do now, y'all? I wanna rough up the river edges because they're a little bit smooth in some areas. I want to make them a bit rougher. Oscurus, we are using incarnate.com to make this. Oh, and I said I was going to do a fishing dock real quick. Let's do a fishing dock in the lava lake. I think that'll be fun. Dark Lord fishing for souls, I saw someone say. Here we go. Here's a dock. We need this one. Let's go over to our lava lake. Make it nice and make this a little small. We're going to make that beneath the text, and there's our dock. It is kind of behind the text, which I don't love. That's all right. We know it's here. We know the Dark Lord's fishing dock is right here, so we can have a nice little time fishing for souls. Maybe make it a bit. Nah, that's too big. Right here, maybe rotate it. I think like that's fine. There it is. There you go, 4-6. That one's for you, my guy. Thank you for the follows, everybody. I seriously appreciate y'all. We are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Central Time doing something fantasy or book focused. Last Wednesday, we read opening lines from books that y'all suggested and then talked about why they worked and why they were good. Today, every Friday, we make fantasy maps. That's my big stream. That's my fun one. They're all good, though. Welcome to join on any one of them. Oh, you know what, guys? I painted this river right through a bush. I'm sorry, bush. We'll just put you right up in here. Right. There's your new home. You can have a new friend there. Antiquity. We are making this on incarnate.com. And welcome in, my friend. Your name says you're a historical writer. What do you write? Tell me about it, dude. I love history. All right, let's go for... we need to rough this up a little bit. That's maybe a little too rough. I think that... So we're going to adjust these settings. Let's put the roughness... I went the wrong way. More like this, maybe? Let's check this out. There we go. That's kind of the roughness I'm looking for on the river edges. Oh, Michal, I love the idea. Since it is rapids, you're right. You know what? Before we do river roughness, you're right, Michal. It is the Rapids of Regret. That is the area we're working on, right? Let's pull that name into frame. Name into frame. Give it a little negative curve. Make it look like it blends in here. A little positive curve. Sorry. Kind of like that. We'll work on it, but that's where we're just going to stick it for now. It needs to be a little bit smaller, too. What size is Hoodoo's? 18? We could do 18 on this. All right. And we need to... put some rapids in. So first I think we need to grab some rocks. Oh, thank you for the follow, Antiquity. I appreciate you. And Tyler Lloyd, thank you, y'all. Hey, you know what? A gift for the follows. Y'all, this is a book about goblins, so you need a goblin to go with it. All right, that one's yours, Antiquity. Tyler, here's another one for you. Hide the matches in your house. Don't feed them after midnight. Your house will never be clean again. I apologize for the horrible, horrible curse I have bestowed upon you. But they're cute. Oh my gosh, so many follows. All right, goblins for everybody. There you go. A whole bunch of goblins for everybody. All right, I want to grab some rocks for these rapids. I want to see it. Does the program have rapids? Like if I do that? Doesn't look like it does. So we're just going to grab rocks and see if we can make our own rapids in here. We got this guy. Here's a rock we can use. Why are you so opaque? There's a couple rocks of this variety. Tyler Lloyd, Tyler Lloyd, if I'm not hiccuping, we're using incarnate.com. I just put it in chat for you there. Free online map maker. All right, what other rocks we got going here? Not too many. Let's try Fantasy Regional. Let's try that asset pack. We got a couple. Oh, that's going to be good looking. This even looks like it's coming out of the water a little bit, y'all. That might just be what we need to use. Let's get y'all out of here. Sorry, you got displaced immediately. These are going to be good river rocks. I love it. Look at these. See how they fade out on the bottom edge? They're going to look perfect in the water. Let's grab one, shrink it down, zoom in. There we go. We're going to drop these rocks on in here. I think this could be a great one to start with. Oh, you know, you're right, Michal. Those canyon rocks, the arches, could actually look really good to like give the perspective of a canyon. I dig that. I dig that a lot, actually. Let's do that. We got to make them the right color, but we can do some color shifting on them. So yeah, we'll slap that bad boy down here. We want one more like this orientation. I saw another one that could also. I want it to go over the river, right? I think that'd be really sick. Christopher, you said the lava place is a giant dragon guarding it. There is a dragon in the book. It's a comedy fantasy, so you know it's got to have a dragon. What good fantasy doesn't have a dragon in it? But she doesn't come from here. She comes from somewhere else. All right, so this is gonna be hard to make this span the river. The perspective is a little bit off. Let me grab fantasy world, maybe parchment world. Let's try the Parchment World pack. No, nothing in there. Fantasy World. Okay, this might be a bit better. Yeah. I think like that. We grab the same one as we had before. Kind of like that guy, and then like this guy. We can work with these. Because this arch, if you look, y'all, the reason I'm getting rid of it, it's too detailed compared to the more simple assets we're using. Because it's from a different asset pack, so we want to keep stuff that's a little more on brand for all of this. And yeah, y'all, if you don't know, we are making this from my fantasy book, Wriggly Little Hands. I'll pull the cover up real quick. Here it is. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord, and well, they're goblins, so they kind of get sidetracked. They kind of mess it up, and but it's okay. In the end, they do save their Dark Lord. Probably. You'll have to read to find out. There's a few tangents involved in there. And you can pick it up on Amazon, an ebook, or paperback, or audiobook. You can also get the audiobook on Audible, or if you want a signed copy, my local bookstore is the only place that I sell those. And if you go to my bio, there is a link to my local bookstore, Books by the Bay, and you can support a local bookstore and pick up a signed copy. But thank you for the interest, y'all. I appreciate it. It's a silly little book. It's a lot of fun, very goofy. Here we go. That's a little arch on the river. I kind of dig that. Let's get another one in here. Oh, that's the same one. We don't want to do the same asset. Oh, that'd be very cool, Christopher Fletcher. Dragon with the tail wrapping around the tower. Maybe we have to do that. Like the Colossus of Rhodes. That'd be pretty cool. Look, the Dark Lord is egotistical enough. He would absolutely have a statue of himself straddling. It'd be a lava river, though. He would have it up in here in his weird lava, legally distinct Mordor. Alright, we're going to put you behind the mountain. It's kind of like that. There we go. And don't worry, we'll color shift these. Need to make them a little more orangey, so they blend in with everything else. There we go. We'll desaturate them. Boom. Alright, so that's a -10 on hue and a 71 on saturation. -10 hue. And now select you. And our saturation is going to be a 71. Boom. Rock and roll. And don't worry, we're going to get rid of this blue paint. I'm just being lazy. We'll knock it out. Yes, you're correct. It is inkcarnate.com. Thank you for putting the name. You're absolutely right. Thank you for the follows, folks. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here. All right, let's get these river rocks back in here. Right in the rapids. I think, you know what, we might need to do some opacity on them. make them blend in a little bit, you know? Yeah, there we go. What is that? An opacity of 83 on them. Let's go ahead and do that to all of them. And then that one's just way too big. And that rock's the size of a mountain. So we'll put it down in here, but make it a little bit smaller. And this one's an actual mountain, so get that opacity to 83. Let's shrink it a bit. And maybe like right in here so we can kind of see the rapids starting. And we gotta add some more rocks as well. I feel like the rocks should also kind of be on the coast or on the shoreline. All right, I think that's enough. That's decent. This one's a little big, maybe. Hey, it's been a while since we zoomed all the way out, so let's show the map to folks that are just joining us. Which thank you for being here, by the way. Here's the map that we're working on. Yeah, oh, perfect, Mando. You asked at the same time I was thinking it. And Uncle James, inkcarnate.com, my friend, free online map maker. I do have a foggy area in here, Dragon Rage. A chat actually came up with this. So a lot of these places are canonical in the book. Like the book starts out with the goblins in their little swamp village down here in the swamp of sadness and sweaty underthings. And they go up to the Citadel of Shadow and Sin to meet their big boss, the Dark Lord. And then they go off on their journey. But this area, chat made this, the Barrows of Blissful Bewilderment. All original, not in the book. I'll have to write it into the sequel. The book, Mando, it's this one right here. It's Wriggly Little Hands, comedy fantasy about goblins going on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and messing it up pretty badly. They're goblins, you know, they're not that bright. Oh, Michelle, you like the steam pits, the vents going on down here? Yeah, we had some fun with these. There's actually more lore that chat made. Oh, Dragon, it is already out, so you can grab a copy today if you want. It's on Amazon, an ebook, an audiobook, paperback as well, and link in my bio. Links to my local bookstore, who is the only retailer of signed copies. So you can get a signed copy from them if you want. Chat made this area as well. All I had in the book was that there was a place called the Plains of Abandoned Hope and Paralyzing Fear. Chat came up with the idea of these crevices with like gas burning on top of them. And then there's actually, it's hard to see, but there's actually a well beneath this flame. And chat came up with the idea of it used to be a well for travelers to get water from as they were crossing the plains. And then when the Dark Lord cursed it, and now it spews this like cold burning ghost fire out of the top. I love it. Chat giving me the good lore for this map. Verity, yeah, I use inkcarnate.com for it. There's the link. I just put the name in chat. Inkcarnate.com. It is a free browser-based map maker. Local pansexual, you said Plains of Abandoned Hope and Paralyzing Fear. Sounds like school. Yeah, pretty accurate. Well, y'all, I'm from Florida, so the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings is very much drawn from lived-in inspiration. Particularly the sweaty underthings part, man. You really know you're sweating when the underwear is soaked through. All right, what were we working? Oh, we're doing the rapids. All right, so we gotta get some like flow lines in the river, right, to like really make the rapids. Rat Blood, this is Incarnate, my man. Good guess. You know what's up. Let's see if we put in river. Nah, let's do like water. I know that there's some flowing water animations. Maybe I gotta do waves again. Waves might be the way to go with it. Alright, let's grab these waves. Let's see if we... This is what we're gonna work with here, these waves. We're gonna see if we can make them work for this. Oh, I do like that, Christopher. Some obsidian slates where between the lava and the water. Misho, you can buy the book on Amazon. Here you go. Here's the cover. Just put Wriggly Little Hands into Amazon. It's also on Audible, or there is a link in my... Well, you should go to the link in my bio. It links to all the editions of it. But specifically, it links to my local bookstore where I sell signed copies. And As much as I am reliant on Amazon for a lot of my business, I like to push my local bookstore as much as I can. So if you want to get a signed copy, that's the only place you can do it. I highly recommend it. They're a great local bookstore, opened like 2 months ago, and they're rocking, man. They got a great community going with book clubs and beautiful interior. They really support young readers. It's just everything a bookstore should be, man. I kind of want to I want to hang out there a lot, but like I don't want to make it weird either. I don't want to be there all the time. I mean, I want to be there all the time, but I'm sure they'd get sick of me eventually. Anyway, it's an awesome bookstore, and you should support them. And it's the only place that you can get signed copies of my books. All right. I'm not... The waves aren't really working for the rapids, so let's see what we could do here. What could we do for these waves? Well, thank you for stopping by, local pansexual. I appreciate you being here. It was a pleasure to meet you. I'll be here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week, so 7 a.m. Central Time. Feel free to come back. We'd love to have you. Thank you for stopping by. What is this? Oh, look at this. These waves have like ripples. How did I miss this? These might work, y'all. These could kind of do it. They're a little bit hard to see. Let's get in there and try these. Catherine B, it's your first time in, but you're in a D&D campaign with your brother, and you create absolute chaos with our waiting on part 2. But oh, with your goblin siblings. Oh, Catherine B, if you're playing goblin siblings, dude, this book is so spot on. Like, I'm very much here for it with the goblin D&D characters. That's basically what this book is. I think you'd have a great time. What have you named your goblin characters in D&D? I am very fascinated by what people decide to pick with goblin names. All right, let's get these waves on in here, y'all. We got to find I really want these rapids to look, well, rapid. There we go, y'all. That's looking like it. We're going to make some progress with that. That's going to be really good. All right, we're going to stick these in here. We'll fine-tune them, but right now I'm just going to place them. Y'all, this is it. This is the white water we were looking for. And look at that. See, it even flows over the rocks a little bit. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Let's go. I'm so happy I found that. See, it's just sometimes you just got to find the right asset pack, you know? You got to find the right asset. Your names are Trez and Treza. I love it, Catherine. That's very fun for goblins. Mine are named... they're not necessarily specifically called out on the cover, but we have such wonderful goblin names as Ollie, Hob, Job, Robert, Lynn 2, Lynn 1, Bad Lynn, and Hob. Those are our goblin companions in the book. Oh, Liam, it's good, man. You can ask all the time, my dude. We are on inkcarnate.com. It's a free browser-based map-making software. Tons of fun. I literally play it like a video game, which is why I just started doing this here. I'm glad I can bring y'all along with it, along with me to do it. It's a great program. It's so easy. It's so fun. All right, let's pop this hill above that rapid and a mountain above the hill. There we go. Get that layering correct. Christopher, some fey trees in the foggy area. We could do that. We could throw that there. We'll keep working on the rapids for the moment, but fey trees are always fun. All right, that one's a little too hard to see. That's not really going to make a difference. But y'all, I think the rapids are looking pretty rapid now. Like, it looks like there's waves and stuff in there, you know? I really like it. Catherine, the book, this is actually book 1 in the series. It will have a direct sequel, Wrigley Ever After. I'll be working on that one pretty soon. And I am currently working on A Wrigley Little Assistant, this one here, which is a prequel novella to it. Give you a little bit of story from before the events of the book. But this is fully my brand now. I've written a lot of books. These are all my book 1s that I've written over the years. If you like dark fantasy, we got Servant of Rage here. It's like Dragon Ball Z kind of. The Far Wild's like Jurassic Park fantasy. bottom row is all lit RPG. But I really kind of found my brand with Wrigley, so I'm gonna write more comedy fantasy going forward. That's it's gonna be the vibe. Yeah, no, I didn't. I did not mean to leave this rapid here, but we'll throw it in. I actually don't like that one too much. It's a little too wavy. I know that's a weird thing to say about rapids, but let's do like, oh, that's sick, y'all. That looks like we got flowing water in here, and the slower water's like joining it, and it's got like a wave to it, as it kind of gets in there. That's kind of sick. I really like that. I love these rapids. Yeah, look at that. That's sick. Incarnate's amazing. What a program. The rapids are rapiding. Who said that? That was hilarious. Verity. Natty, yes, this is Incarnate, and this is the pro version. Who asked that one? Let's see. Dr. Bald, you got any bald characters? Well, I mean, me, my guy. But no, yeah, there's definitely a bald character in Dr. Percival Viscus, our resident mad scientist who you meet early on in the book. He's canonically bald. We'll pull up the cover while we're saving real quick. I did not draw the covers. All of them, I hired artists for all of them. And for the most recent stuff, for like Wrigley Little Hands and for a Wrigley Little Assistant, and hopefully every book cover going forward, I'm using a gentleman named Ivan Shavrin. He's incredible. I cannot get enough of his art style. Dude is just too good, and I would love to lock him in for every book I do in this series. So yeah, I love it. Thank you for the follows, by the way, everybody. I appreciate you. That's incredible. Y'all are too nice. Joe Dagati, the book, so I wrote it to just be like a general adult fiction book, but I kept it clean. I think it was like 2 curse words in the whole book. And a YA audience has really picked it up, and I've just had an MG, middle grade, like 6th, 7th, 8th graders picking it up. And they're having a lot of fun with it. Which here, I'll show it again. I'll show it off again real quick. I just had a 6th grader read the book and send me fan mail with this art that he did of one of the goblins. And if you look closely here, he is drinking, Ollie the goblin is drinking a glass of water with ghosts coming out of it. Because it's right out of, he took a scoop of water from the Rapids of Regret, specifically a part of them called the Moaning Moat, where there are imprisoned souls that add just a little spritz of carbonation to the water, make it that much better. You said she's 10. Yeah, 10-year-old should be fine. It might be a little bit of an advanced reading level for 10-year-olds, but I think they'd be totally fine with it. As long as you're okay with them hitting the 2 curse words, damned and hell are used in there because, well, it refers to the Dark Lord and the damned souls he pulls from hell. You got a little bit of darkness in there. Yeah, I think the rapids are almost done. I guess, you know what we need to do is we need to go through and take out this blue that we have here on the edges of the river. Let's just go ahead and get rid of that real quick. That was just like a chalk line, essentially. I was just kind of marking it. There we go. We'll get rid of that. And we'll fix this. It's like we're not painting it the exact color that should be replaced with it, but we'll go back and do that. This is just making it look better for the moment. Ashley, you like the and covered in the rocks? I do have fun doing that. Bald, he said, have I ever thought about or done a horror book? Man, I love reading horror. I've not really written horror. The closest to that would be The Far Wild right here. It's more Jurassic Parky, but it definitely dips into thriller at different points in time. There's particularly an area in it called The Thick, which is jungle where it's so thick that sunlight doesn't get through it, so it's perpetual night in there. And it's stalked by a creature called the Wendigoar, which is like it's a mixture between a Wendigo and a jaguar. And it can steal your voice if you speak. Like if it hears your voice, it is able to, like a mockingbird, it can imitate anything you said. So when you're in there, it's too dark to see, and you're hunted by Wendigwars that will copy you or your companion's voices to lure you off trail into the even darker parts. So it's not a horror book, but that part is a little bit scary. That we get some horror vibes going pretty strong in that part. All right, let's stick a little. We need some more feeder rivers in here. That's what this blue section is supposed to be. So let's get down to like brush size 12, and we need smaller. Brush size 10. And we're gonna draw. Oh boy, that's still way too big. I guess 6. There we go. That'll do our feeders. Little streams coming down from the mountainside. There we go. Let's tuck them up into the mountains as well. Yeah, I am using the shovel tool, the mask tool, to make the rivers. Rainbow men, or rainbow wererin. I can't say that word. Wervin. It's one of those things, you read it so much you never say it. I'm using the mask tool for the rivers. I'm just changing brush size on it as the rivers get wider. Marissa Garcia, we are on inkcarnate.com. It's a free browser-based map maker. I highly recommend it. Really good program. And yeah, Christopher, you're right. The Wendigos, or the Wendigwars, are a mix between Wendigos and Jaguars. They are haunting. They scare they're a creation of mine that absolutely scare the life out of me. So of course I had to put them in a book. All right, we're gonna move this mountain just a little bit, scale it up a bit, because I want it to block that river right in here, so you can see it like coming out of the mountainside. There we go. All right, back to painting the blue away. Impage question: does the ethereal / ghosts have a do the ghosts have a color in the Wriggly Little Hands world? If so, should the river be tinted that color? So there are ghosts in the book that are separate from the imprisoned souls in the Rapids of Regret. So I don't know. We could do some color. I wouldn't mind making the rapids, different color because of that. Yeah, I could do that. I like that. I like that a lot. Catherine B, you said you're local. Oh, so you're in the Houston area. Hey, rock on. Well, local-ish. Yeah, I mean, that's the story of Houston, ain't it? I drive an hour each way each weekend to play hockey, and it's technically still in Houston. Can we get signed copies in store? You absolutely can, yeah. If you swing by Books by the Bay, or I'll put it in chat. It's in LaPorte, Texas, so down south. You can go pick them up. They'll be open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, just not Mondays or Tuesdays. They are there at the local author shelf or table, and they're all signed. Feel free to go grab one. Wonderful bookstore. You're on the east side. Not a lot of people on the east side of Houston. Normally it's the north. Hey, rock on. I'm on the southeast. So East Siders unite. All right, let's finish getting this paint. Gotta get rid of this blue. We're just marking territory with it. We're sketching stuff out. Now we knock it out. Y'all, a fun fact, Christopher, because you said, or who was it? Michal, I'm going to be visually in your book as you read it. Well, thank you for that. A fun little thing. In fact, I got a copy right here. Every chapter has chapter art, and I really like them. I don't know if you can see that one too well because the green screen messes with it. But every chapter's got a little doodle at the beginning. I think they're very cute. Yeah, green screen no like. You can kind of see it right there. Little goblin guy. But I got a awesome friend of mine is an artist, and we hired her on to do the art for the chapter headings, and man, oh man, did she rock it. Absolutely, just did an incredible job. Shout out to Kellen Moss, chapter header artist. She is studying to be a medical illustrationist, which is pretty awesome, honestly. Slindy, you said trying to get my parents to read it, but they are stubborn. I appreciate your attempts, Slindy. Your efforts are not unappreciated, my friend. Aston sent. It is incarnate.com. I just put it in chat for you there. It's a free browser-based map maker. I think we kind of dropped. Oh, let's do the rapids real quick. We'll color the rapids in. We had some chat about that. So, all right, we're gonna go to the background for painting, and we need to do. All right, y'all. I need chat's opinion. Chat. If they're canonically the Rapids of Regret have imprisoned souls in them, what color do we think that makes the water? That's a sentence, right? Because we could. Oh wow! Look how much the white stands out when we paint this blue. Wow, the rapids are gonna look so good once we pick what color we want in here. It's like I think that's too blue, right? That's too blue. What about something more like that's still too blue? Maybe we do a little bit of let's do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do silver mist blue. Yeah, I'm kind of digging that. Let's turn the opacity on it down a little bit. That's kind of making it gray. That's smudgy. I'm not really looking for that. We need a brighter blue. I'm going to grab a bright blue like this. We're going to turn its opacity down. Oh, Joe, you just bought a signed copy? Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Hey, I hope you enjoy it. Have fun. And I know Ollie and his goblin cousins are very excited to meet you. Thank you very much, Joe. I appreciate you, my guy. Oh, it's for your daughter? That's incredible. I hope she enjoys it. All right, so look, we're going to start with that blue for the rapids. So, Joe, the ones at the bookstores are already signed. But I'll tell you what, man, if you want to send me a DM on here, and you want to just give me your address, I'll happy to send a little letter over. I think I got one more of the word searches. I made a word search or a crossword puzzle for the book, on like a bookmark type deal. So if you want to DM me, I'm happy to send you one of those. And if you tell me your name or what you want me to say, I'll put it in the letter and I'll drop it in the mail for y'all. Impage, you said, what color do you find the Dark Lord identifies the most with? Have him take a BuzzFeed quiz. The Dark Lord. So the Dark Lord is very magmatic in the book. He's kind of described as like rocky molten armor with like lava that kind of oozes out between it all the time. So he's very orange and black, I assume. Cody, the software is incarnate.com. It's a free browser-based map maker. Really good, a lot of fun. Mishal, you said, what'd you say? Bookstores with Amazon, right? Yeah, you can get it on Amazon. Link in my bio's got links to all of them. Amazon, Audible, and then the local bookstore. So take your pick. Stink Lizard, you said you got any swamps, my guy. I'm so excited you asked. Boy, do we got a swamp for you. Let's scroll on down here to the swamp of sadness and sweaty under things. Yeah, man, we always got swamps in my books. I'm from the swamps of Florida. I live in Bayou City now. Swamps are my speciality. I love a good swamp. We got the Goblin Village where our main characters start out at. And then someone in chat requested we put a Druid Village in. So we got a little Druid Village down in here. Right down in here. Elm Shadow, we've named it. All right, let's keep working on these rapids. Impage, you're thinking light orange or greens and blues? I could see that. I could see that. I'm gonna I don't know. Let's see. We're just gonna lower the opacity and we're gonna do a little bit of wet on wet painting here and just kind of see what happens if we kind of get on in here with it. I think that was a good addition. Yeah, Christopher, we should definitely make. You know what? We're painting rivers right now. Let's go ahead. Let's do a little bit of practice. We'll do some practice with our swamp down here. Make this. What am I painting in? Background. That's where I want to be. We're gonna make these a little green down in here in the river and the swamp. Let's get a little bit of that going on. make this water nice and fetid. That's a fun vocab word. And I'm going to start the green like around the swamp. So like the water coming into it isn't yet green, and then it kind of gets green as we get in here. Awesome, Joe. Thank you for the DM, dude. I'll get right on that. I appreciate it, man. Just let me know if there's anything you want me to sign to her. I'm happy to do it. Stink Lizard, I'm glad we got another swamp supporter in here. Swamps and wetlands don't get enough love. Love a good wetland. Alright, let's get a quick save here, because we got 306 changes. We should probably save those, huh? While we're saving, y'all, this is the cover of the book we're making this for. Wriggly Little Hands. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and all the wonderful ways they mess it up. And if you go to the links in my bio, you can get ebook and audiobook on Amazon or Audible, paperbacks as well, or you can get signed copies from my local bookstore. All those links are right in my bio in the link tree. Sugar Plum, save Florida wetlands. A. Yes, absolutely. Our wetlands need it, man. There's not enough respect for the wetlands. They get overdeveloped. They know what people think they're swamps and they're ugly, and they're not, dude. Go check out a Florida spring. Go see what a Florida spring looks like. They're astounding. The Everglades are beautiful. The mosquitoes might try to kill you, but, mosquito's gonna mosquito, right? I used to live right next to Sweetwater Reserve in Gainesville, Florida. Beautiful wetland. Wonderful place to walk through. Wild horses and wild bison there as well. A lot of people don't know that, man. We got wild bison and wild horse in Florida. Absolutely nuts. Wakulla has the manatees. Yeah. Love our sea cows. I need to just make this stamp bigger. I'm sitting here filling the whole river in. I'll just make the stamp bigger, man. Y'all got me distracted talking about wetlands. That's a tangent that I will go on for a long time. Oh, you're from Panama City, Christopher. Rock on. PCB. Y'all got the good beaches up there. We don't got any... I don't know. I feel like most people would agree. The beaches in Texas are lackluster, dude. Alright, how's that for our green swamp water? I do like it, y'all. Save these changes real quick. Oh, Michal, thank you so much for buying a copy, man. I appreciate you. You're incredible. Catherine B, you also want to get a personalized copy. So the copies in the signed copies in my bio and in the links there, those just have my signature in the front of them. But if you want to get one of those, it'll be signed. If you want a little more personalization, shoot me a DM, and I will send you a signed book plate and any goodies I can scrounge up from that I got for the book. And if you want to DM me what you want it personalized to, I'd be happy to do that for you. Just shoot me a DM. I'll get on it. I'd love to personalize it to your goblins for your D&D campaign or something. But it's whatever you want. You let me know. All right, y'all. I think our swamp needs a little bit of blue water on top of that. There's some areas that are a little too green. There we go. Oh, that is a beautiful color when you mix this blue and this green together. Yeah, I'm a fan of this, y'all. Yeah, Noah, you know what's up. Incarnate's a wonderful program. In this house, we love and support Incarnate. And one day they'll sponsor me. One day. Alright, I think this river down here is painted pretty well. Let's get a zoom out and see what we think about it. Just a little wet on wet painting down there. Yeah, that's a good looking swamp, y'all. I dig the swamp. Let's go ahead and save that. Yeah, Catherine, awesome. 2 books for Trez and Treza. Please, by all means, shoot me that DM if you get a copy, and I'll drop something in the mail for you. Absolutely. I love that y'all are playing goblins in your D&D campaign. That's fully what inspire. I mean, look at this. Like, if you can't tell, this is inspired by a D&D campaign. Like, I haven't actually played this campaign. I just went, I want to do goblins getting silly. B. Kane, thank you for the roses, my friend. And you know what? Hey, a gift for a gift. You give me roses, I give you Goblin. This one's for you. There you go. Don't feed them after midnight. And hide all the matches. They do have a propensity for arson. And I apologize, your house will never be clean again. Noah, you used Incarnate for your kid's first campaign. And you got to DM it? Dude, come on. That's so cool. That's the most wholesome thing I've heard today. That's awesome, dude. Rock on. Getting kids into D&D is such a good... Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to be on the cover. I thought I was back on my map. Getting kids into D&D is so good for their creativity and their inspiration. Collaboration, like, it's awesome. It's so good. I cannot sing the praises of D&D enough. All right, we need something. We need a color here for the rest of the rapids, y'all. I think maybe an orange. I think if we... maybe even a yellow. So I'm kind of... What I want to do is I want to paint like an undertone of yellow. I know that kind of looks like pee. I think though that we could make it look weird because there's souls trapped in here, right? That's what the story says. I think we could make this look like eerie by mixing some color in there. That does look a bit like someone peed in it though, right? What do we think? What color do we need to do to make the rapids look like there's something ghostly going on? Because it does full look like tie-dye or, you know. Purple? Yeah, I think purple's good. Let's try a little bit of purple in there. I'm going to Control Z, the P. You didn't see anything. Nothing happened. No one clipped that moment. Let's get a little purple up in here. I'll just do it this way. Color. Here's a nice purple. Let's see. All right. Paint and background. Oh, I need to get the opacity down a bit. A little bit more than that, maybe. All right. It'd be a bit heavy on the purple at first. Don't worry. We're going to blend it in. We're going to Bob Ross wet on wet this thing. All right. There we go. So now let's go to here, favorites, get the blue, a little blue on there. Get a little bit of gray maybe. I do like that gray suggestion. Y'all, I think that does make them look pretty good. Let's grab this gray color as well. I'm going to wet on wet, mix it on in here. We need a little bit more down here on the end too. Recently used. Let's grab that. Where'd my purple go? There you are. A little bit of purple down on the end. We're going to let that trail out. We're going to do some light clicks here to show it's just a little light tint as the color trails away. You know, it fades back to normal water because the souls stay in the rapids. Mitchie, you've always wanted to do something like this as a kid? Well, my friend, go to inkcarnate.com. I just put it in chat. It's a free browser-based map maker, and my guy, it rocks. It's awesome. It'll fulfill that inner child map making urge that we've all had. Impage, I like the orange suggestion, dude. I think oh god, this looks like the river of all things. Looks like some mythology going on there. I kind of like it though. Like it looks wrong, right? A little bit of silver. Silver's hard to do. It just kind of comes out gray. I do like that orange. Let's put a little more purple in there on top. I think the orange and purple's kind of rocking together. Maybe it was a little bit too much of it. Let's grab a little more orange. I mean, I think that looks appropriately, like, wrong, right? Maybe it needs a little bit more dark, though. It looks a bit bright. I want it to, you know, be a bit worrisome. Let's see. Can we get, like, a really... Let's see. You know what? Like a glowing blue might be good to stick in there. Something... Give it a little... Let's turn the opacity up a bit so we can really get a good glow on this. I I think it just kind of makes it tie-dye, unfortunately. Yeah, it made it too tie-dye. Nathan Bell, this is inkcarnate.com. Free browser-based map maker. Y'all, I want to get an ethereal glow on this. Like, how do we make it glow? Let's have it maybe a little bit of a yellow-orange and make it really bright. Because that's, you know, those colors will glow a bit. Use some stamps to make it glow. They have glowing balls. Oh, interesting. Let's see. That's gonna be in what, Fantasy Regional maybe? How about watercolor battle maps? Yeah, okay, that's kind of got some glow to it. What cities? Glow might be the wrong term. Maybe we do light? Lantern? Yes. Look at this. Look at that, y'all. We can change the color on that bad boy. And we can get it to glow like we want. Good suggestion. Who suggested that? Oh, was it Kara Feels TikToky? Who said that? I've lost it. I've lost it in the quick chat. Yeah, Kara, great suggestion. I dig it. All right, so now what color though? I think maybe this blue, something like this. You use Incarnate for your campaign. Yeah, rock on. It's just the best, right? It's so easy to use. It's so fun. Oh, this is so cool, y'all. It looks like it's like glowing from beneath the water. Yeah, Invictus. I got some oxbows and stuff down in here in the swamp. But this is also a comedy fantasy world. So a lot of these places were made as jokes in the book. So there's a little bit of a challenge of bringing it up to real life. So yeah, you'll have to excuse a little bit of topographical inaccuracies in here. I mean, we do also straight up have a fishing pier in the middle of the Dark Lord's lava lake. So, Sam, thank you for asking, my friend. You can grab the book. Here's the cover. Wriggly Little Hands. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and all of the ways they mess it up. You can get it on Amazon as ebook. It's on Audible as an audiobook. The links in my bio got it all. They're all in there. It's in Kindle Unlimited, and if you want to support a local bookstore, you can also pick it up from my local bookstore through the link in my bio. That's where I exclusively sell signed copies. So highly recommend grabbing it from there, because support your local bookstore and get a signed copy. I guess it's support my local bookstore, but, you know, a local bookstore in general. Alright, let's go. We're gonna get more of these orbs. I really like how they're going in the water, man. It makes the water... You know what? Let's spread them out a little bit so that it looks like the water itself just has, like, glowing sections of it, right? Like each one of these might be a soul. Emberwolves, we are using Incarnate, my friend. Also very cool name. Incarnate is a free browser-based map-making software. Highly recommend it. Y'all, I really like this glow. I'm still not sure if the river color's right. It does look like a chemical spill, kind of. But I don't hate it. It's still a little too happy, right? It doesn't look regretful enough. It is after all, the Rapids of Regret. I do like that glow we dropped in there, though. I think that looks good. We just gotta get the river color a little bit different. Let's see what chat's been saying. Deep red. We could do a deep red. We could try that. What if we go for something a little more red? Where's my red at? That's pink. That's pink. Orange. It's a real slight hue difference here. Alright, there's orangey, and if I Yeah, I think orange is about as good as it's gonna get. I'm not sure how to make this glow turn red. I can't just color it. I have to hue shift it. So I gotta find red. That's red, I guess. It's not as bright. It is kind of ominous, though. We could try that. There we go. Drop this down in here. Boom, boom. Yeah, the red is pretty pale. I think the orange looks better than the red. We're gonna stick with the orange, I think. We need to change the color of the river, though. I think a little bit. It's still too happy for me. We could do a little bit of red in the river. We could try that. Get a little bit of an angry red going on in here. Let's get that opacity turned down so we don't paint too strong. Ryuk, thank you for... Oh, let's get a zoom out on the map, too, while I go into it. But Ryuk, thank you for asking, my friend. The book is called Wriggly Little Hands. Here's the cover. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord. But they're goblins, and they're not that bright. So they kind of mess it up in every way you possibly could. And it's a comedy fantasy. I'll spoof a lot of fantasy books you're familiar with. But link in my bio, you can get it on Amazon. You can get it from my local bookstore with signed copies if you want. And there's an audiobook on Audible with narration from a host of wonderful narrators, including Jeff Hayes of Dungeon Crawler Carl fame. Melissa, you got a dip? Hey, thank you for being here, Melissa. Absolute pleasure to have you. I love you hanging out. Look forward to seeing you next time. Hope you have a good rest of your day. All right, let's get a little bit of this. Okay, yeah, I think this red might be it, y'all. Look at see this blue right in here? Watch what happens when I put red. It starts to look like a bruise, right? It gets like this gross bruised color to it. I think that might be the solution for the river. Is like a bruised blue-red with orange and purple in it. That's gonna look foul. Let's grab that blue again. Get the opacity down a bit. Still looks a bit like a chemical spill, but we put so much color in here now. That's not too surprising. All right, it kind of looks like a bruise though. I'm kind of digging that, you know. Oh, Anna, we are making this on incarnate.com. Thank you for asking. Check it out. It's a great software. Ton of fun. It's got a free plan. I'm on the pro plan, but it's really just more assets and whatnot. The free plan's totally fine. I used it for a long time. All right, what are we thinking? What are we thinking on that river? I think we might just need to leave it for now. It's still a little bit too, I don't know, too bright looking, too kind of tie-dye. But it's pretty good. Sometimes you got to finesse things. You liked the red on the river more? We can put a little more red in there. I do like the red, and it's just about getting the right color. All right, here's what we're going to do, I think. I think the river needs a fresh start. So we're just going to do... that's not the right color. Let's grab... I'm just going to start over with the river. Do it like this. Add a lonesome outhouse. Yeah, that'd be a pretty good Easter egg, actually. Alright, and now we're going to grab the red. Oh, wait, opacity's still high. Drop that opacity. And we're going to get some red up in here. And we're going to smooth it over. We're going to wet on wet this bad boy, like mix and paint together. And we're going to go to texture. Let's grab a little bit of this blue. I think you know what it is? You know what's not working with the river? Is the white of the waves look really good when the river's blue. But when it's not blue, they don't look as good. And then you end up with, we're getting purple, red, and blue, and white in there. That's what's making it, and orange. That's why it's too tie-dye looking for me. I think what we should do, I'm going to pull these orbs out of here for now. We'll work those back in. What I'm going to do is do the river color first, then we'll slap some orbs down in there. But first we're gonna get this river nice and blue, and we're gonna go from there. Start from blue, and we'll go from there. Let me get a sip of coffee real quick. All right, I'll get a quick zoom out on the map too if you haven't seen it for a minute, y'all. We're making progress on this bad boy. Look at this. I love it. It's looking good. Thanks for all the help, everybody. We're rocking and rolling. I love this river that we added here. Meandering down from the mountains, joining the bigger flow, and then off the waterfall. Love it. All right, let's make this river a little red, a little bruisey looking. That's a little bit too strong. Too strong. We want to blend, not blot. Blend, not blot. Coming up with my own sayings here. Oh yeah, Spinny, totally. Yeah, you can find all my stuff at authoralexknight.com. It's in the bio of my profile. This is the book we're working on here, Wriggly Little Hands. It's out now and anywhere you buy books. But I have written a lot of books. These are all the book ones. Basically, the top 3 are different types of fantasy. Bottom 3 are lit RPG, and a lot of these have sequels, so there should be 9 books in total out there in the world. But this bad boy right here, Wriggly Little Hands, this is my brand going forward. But yeah, you can find them all at authoralexknight.com. And there's a link to that in my bio. Michelle, you said, I like the blues better than the reds, to be honest. It would help make the rest of the river one color and then focus on that area, just give it a feel to the whole thing. Yeah, I think that's kind of the direction we got to go. And yes, Jackie, it is Incarnate. Thank you very much, Impage, for saying that. We're kind of lost in the weeds on the rapids right now. Oh, you know what? We probably need a bridge over the rapids, huh? We could just throw a little bridge down in here. I was not at AwesomeCon, Rena. I've not heard of that. Where is it at? What type of bridge, though? If I go to display capture, it'll show you a bit more of the stamps I'm looking at. Let's see what bridges we got in Fantasy World. Yeah, that's more the speed. I think something like this might do it. There we go. It's in DC. Oh, okay. No, I didn't make it out to that. I would have certainly liked to. I will be at Lit RPG Con in Denver coming up this July. Or I guess that's this month now. Holy cow. Yeah, like 2 weeks from now, I'll be in Denver as a panelist at Lit RPG Con. So that'll be a good time. My first time being a panelist at a convention instead of just a fan. Alright, let's put the bridge like right there-ish. There we go. Denver, Colorado, indeed, Michelle. Be there for the whole weekend for Lit RPG Con. It's going to be a good time. Be a lot of authors hanging out. Thank you, Jackann. Yeah, it's going to be great. Ryuk, I am using incarnate.com to make the map. Wonderful website. Highly recommend it. All right, there's our bridge. Let's see if we can get this river done, because I would like to move on from the Rapids of Regret, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, Michelle, you're in Colorado. Hey, rock on. I hear it's lovely up there. You know what? I just realized we kind of need... Thank you for the follow, by the way. Who was that? Jen. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You know what, Jen? Hey, Jen, gift for you. Thank you for following my stream about making a fantasy map for my book about goblins. So here's a goblin for you as a gift. That one's for you. Monkey Boy, you followed as well. This one's for you. There we go. Y'all, hide your matches. Don't feed them after midnight, please. Please, I learned the hard way. Gremlins was in fact accurate. Oh, Bianca, you followed as well. Okay, we got a third one here. This one's for you. They are not going to let you have a clean house ever again, but it's okay because they're cute. They're very worth it, I promise. Tyler, double for you, my dude. Like gemstones, we're using incarnate.com. Volts Vince. Yo, I do have to get back to map making. There you go. There's one for you too. Thank you for the follow. Right when I finish every time. Witchy. Goblin for you. Thank you. I'm going to run out of goblins here, y'all. Thank you for the follows, folks. I appreciate it. We are here. Christopher, you didn't get a goblin? How about 3? How about a whole entourage of goblins for you? There you go. Those are all for you. Gazoon-tight, user with no name who just sneezed. Salute. Alright, we're doing blues on this river. But dark blues. And then maybe we'll darken it. You know what I need to do? The rapids maybe need their opacity turned down a bit. They're so bright. I think it was okay when the river wasn't that blue, but let's turn their opacity down just a wee bit. Let's see how we like that. If we just... Yeah, see, I think that looks better. A couple of them can be a bit brighter, like these guys here. And this one here. Oh, thank you for that follow, Arena. I appreciate it. You know the deal. Follow, get a goblin. There you go. Colton, thank you. You as well. Goblin for you too, my friend. Y'all, shout out to at Little Lemon Stitches on TikTok, or actually Instagram. That's them on Instagram. They are who made these goblins for me. You can order from them. They're little goblins. They're fun. They're cute. Make the bridge a bit more broken. Yeah, there's some broken bridge options. I don't know if the Dark Lord would stand for bad infrastructure though. He's very artsy focused in the book. He likes building, you know. I was thinking about a broken one, but I don't know. I feel like he would actually make good use of his bridge. We do have this kind of broken one though. That does look ominous, doesn't it? Oh yeah, right. The connection with the path could definitely be improved. I'll do that one. We can do that real quick. Let's see. Do we like this bridge better? It's a little bit. I think it's anachronistic. It's got like gas lamps and stuff on it. Disabled. It is incarnate.com is what we're using. I just put it in chat there for you. Let's go ahead and connect this path real quick. See if we still got that stamp right here. Get our brush size down a bit. I think we were on 8 for the road. No, it was bigger than that. Maybe a 12. There we go. And oh, we got to paint in the foreground, Alex, not the background. There we go. Oh, opacity is down as low. I've been painting, so my stamp settings are all for painting, not for stamps. That's a little, I missed it a little bit. Let's do like that. There we go. There's our road. There's our road. Michelle, we are working on the style of map is Fantasy Regional and Fantasy World are where we're using most of our assets from. All right, now I need to make the rivers work a bit more because like I've painted the Rapids of Regret, right? And I think they still need some work, but the rest of the rivers also need a color to be. So maybe something a little bit light, kind of greeny, kind of coming out of the barrows, I feel like. And we're gonna blend this color together. Oh, I'm painting the wrong way again. I'm painting the foreground. For rivers, you got to paint the background. Kind of like this. And now we're gonna grab our blue, and we're gonna smear that on in there. Maybe not. Don't love it. I think we just need a different blue. Let's just grab a different blue. Maybe warm sea blue could work. It's kind of oceany. I don't know what color we want the rivers to be. Down in the swamp, it makes sense that they're like all green and stuff, right? Like that works. That works. We're a fan of that. Up top though, I don't know. I kind of like it the color that it was. Can I erase? I think there's an eraser. That's a filter tool. I feel like there's a way to erase and I always miss it. And Impage has to tell me where it's at. Yes, Lindy, we're going a bit long today. I'll wrap it up here in a few minutes. I do have work day to get to. But we're rocking and rolling, man. We're having fun. Impage, is there an eraser that I'm missing? You're always so good at Incarnate. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Who was that? Alejandro Peña Acosta. Thank you, my friend. Goblin for you. Don't feed him after midnight. Hide your matches. They do like arson. Oh, Josh, you're good, my guy. You're good. If you ever miss any of the stream, go to youtube.com. youtube.com. Boy, I can't type today. /@AuthorAlexKnight. There are replays of all the streams there. And yeah, Josh, we can zoom out to show you what we've done. Here's where the map is today. We added this river here for the Rapids of Regret. We added a waterfall off the end of it. And then we're working on the whole Rapids of Regret region. We also worked on the Hoodoos of Who Goes There right up in here. So it's pretty good progress. You think it blocked the link, Aaron? All right, so I'll just say youtube.com/@AuthorAlexKnight. It should probably not block that one. All right. Get a quick save since we got 200 changes. Folks, if you don't know, we're making this for my fantasy comedy book, Wriggly Little Hands. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord. And it's pretty fun. You can get it from the link in my bio. It's very silly. It's good for adult readers, young adult, and middle grade too, if they're an advanced middle grade reader. Yeah, you can get it on Amazon, Audible, or a signed copy from my local bookstore. That's linked as well. They will ship it to you. That is my only retailer of signed copies. Elsie, hello, welcome in. Good to see you again. The map is going good. Look at all this color we got going on in here. Love it. I really love it. Christopher, thanks for hanging out, my friend. It was a pleasure to meet you. Have a good one, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, Tim, you're a beta tester for Incarnate. Rock on, man. We love Incarnate. Oh, Brian, good timing on the ask. We are using incarnate.com. Free browser-based map maker. It's got a paid tier too, but the free tier is just fine. I've been using it for maybe a year now, but off and on. Brian, this is the second map we've made on stream. We're doing it for my book. We made this one a while ago. This was all original. Chat and I just came up with it on the fly. So yeah, we've been having some fun with it. We do it every Friday. Fantasy Map Fridays. And this one's going to be for my book right here, Wriggly Little Hands. It is out now, anywhere you buy books. What was I going to say? I have something I wanted to do, and I totally lost it. Oh, yeah, continue the hills around here. We're going to put some more hills in around the river. Why are you rotated? Make you smaller. I think we need like a pointy hill to go in there. We need something that's going to fit in the crook of the river nicely. Something, Elsie, it is an audiobook, and in fact, the audiobook is narrated by a cast of wonderful narrators from Sound Booth Theater, including Jeff Hayes of Dungeon Crawler Carl fame, if you're familiar with him. That book series has been massively, disgustingly successful, and it is so deserved. I can't believe we got the narrator from it to be on Wrigley. Yeah, you can grab it on Amazon or Audible. And the audiobook's insane. It's so good. There's like 7 different narrators to voice different characters. I love what they did with it. Abby, you said you have to pay for this site? Incarnate. So Incarnate has a free version. And the pro version just has more assets and allows you to commercially use any maps you create with it. The free version's really nothing wrong with it. I've used it for a long time. I'm on the pro version now for streaming. No, it's a great site. I highly recommend it. I'm going to finesse these hills, make them a bit smaller as they kind of go down this way. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. We're just sprinkling some hills in here. We'll fine tune them later. Sprinkle some hills around. Kind of like that. There we go. Yeah, Mark, this is a great website for making a map for your books. Tons of fun. Highly recommend it. I literally do it as like a video game in my free time. Love it. Okay, so I have an idea on the river color, y'all. We should match it to this waterfall. I think that's a great way to pick our river color. Zach, you said the map's looking nice. You wish the best. I appreciate it, man. I wish the best for you. Appreciate you stopping by. Water Gray 4 is in Fantasy World is the original color, you think, Impage? My man, you're coming in clutch. You're coming in clutch. All right, so Fantasy World Asset Pack. We're going to do water. And we're going to look for Water Gray 4. I clicked stamped instead of textures. Fantasy World, Water Gray 4. Let's find that. Water Blue 4, Water Blue 3. Let's do Water Gray. Oh, sorry. Water Gray. Water Gray 4. Is that it? My man. Impage, you're incredible, dude. How did you find that? You're so good. That's the original color. Thank you for that. Y'all, the website is incarnate.com. Is a browser-based free map maker. Impage, you're incredible that you got. I'm going to favorite this brush because I use the Water Gray a lot. And that's going to allow me to reset this river fully back to where it was. So we can oh, you know what? The opacity was down when I was doing that. There we go. Now it's Water Gray 4. There we go. Also revealed a couple orbs hiding in my river still that we are going to rethink. There it is. Ellis, you like the names? Thank you. My personal favorite is the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings. This is for a comedy book, so we definitely played around with the names. The Rapids of Regret, the Hoodoos of Who Goes There, the Barrows of Blissful Bewilderment. Yeah, it's for this book right here, Wriggly Little Hands. It's a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and all of the wonderful ways they messed that up. You can get it on Amazon, Audible, through my local bookstore. All those links are in my bio if you want to pick it up. Is non-alliteration allowed? I mean, the Citadel of Shadow and Sin, nope, there's alliteration in that one. Yeah, I think alliteration's mandatory based on these names. Maybe the Plains of Abandoned Hope and Paralyzing Fear. Not a lot of alliteration there. Ellis Island, you are spot on. People tend to make the Terry Pratchett comparison because funny fantasy, but Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide is where I started. That was a massive inspiration for me. That is absolutely where the inspiration comes from. You think it might be Water Gray 3, Impage? Let's see. Let's get that full opacity. That's kind of blue, though. Water Gray 3. Yeah, I think that's a little too blue. Mia, welcome in, my friend. We're using incarnate.com. Free online map maker. All right, well, we're gonna color match this water to the waterfall. So maybe what we're gonna do. Let's go full opacity. We're gonna get a blue color. I'm gonna put a little splotch of blue on the foreground so that we can actually see it. And we're going to try to color match to that waterfall. Yeah. That's not it either. Let's do background so we can paint it in the water. You can really see it there. Yeah, Image, I think that's how it is. Some of the original colors don't show up in the asset packs. Oh, that's pretty close, Shaw. A little bit darker, maybe. Jam Smith, you said the waterfalls of weeping wraiths. That works pretty well. That's you got it. You understand the assignment. I dig it, my dude. There we go. It's all a little bit dark, but we're gonna lower the opacity on it when we do it. The dungeon plus fun, the fungeon. That's pretty good. Bria, you love the energy? Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. We try to have fun here. We try to start the day off right, you know? Defloof. It is incarnate.com. Feel free to check it out. It's got a free tier that's totally rocking. Paid tier is also very good. It's only $5 a month, or $25 for the year, but ain't nothing wrong with the free tier. It's really good. All right, y'all. If we can color match this waterfall, I can rest happy. Let's see. We got that opacity down. Let's do that. That's close. It needs to be a bit brighter. I mean, that's close, right? Like that's darn close to it. What if we put a little bit of this over it? Yeah, Tim. Yeah, we mess around with the hues a lot. Y'all, I think we just found it. If we do a combination of these two blues, we get pretty darn close there. I think we can rock with that. Yeah, Tim, you can tell like we hue shifted these mountains up here, so they look a little more red in the lava area. And then we hue shifted the fire here and whatnot. Love doing that. Yeah, we got these white caps here in the river. I think once we get the blue color in there, they're gonna look real good again. They jump out. They stand out so well. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's paint our color that we just got for the river. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna paint it like this. And then we're going to come with a pass with our second blue color and kind of smear it all in together. I kind of like that. I like that for the river. There we go. Alright, and now we use our second color. Y'all, I need a soundboard for like different painting things that I'm doing. There we go. Now I know it's a little bright. We're gonna fix it. Just a little bit of smear in here. You gotta mix the waters together. There we go. All right, I'm digging this as a river. I really like how these rivers came to on the Caverns of Whispering Web coming off the side. Yeah, all right. I think that's a good river color. Now we just need to change the Rapids of Regret because it has imprisoned souls in there. So we just got to find a way to make that stand out a little bit. Lero, how long did it take to learn? Oh, Incarnate takes no time at all to learn. I've been working on it for maybe half a year now, like consistently. But I mean, it's super easy, right? Because like everything, all these like assets and stuff, these are just stamps, right? So you can just paste them wherever you need. And there's a whole library of stamps you can go through. You can't see it well on this screen. If I go to display capture, you can see it a bit better. There's this whole asset library of stamps, and you just pick what you want. And you slap them down on the map, and you move them where you want. You color shift them, and then you can use paint to like paint beneath it all. And I mean, it's pretty simple. Oh, they make masterclass videos on YouTube, dude. Rock on. That's awesome. That'd be really helpful. All right, I'm gonna try a little bit of orange in the rapids. I don't know. I don't know how to make it look like there's trapped souls in here. You know, it needs to look ghostly. Maybe kind of a white glow to it, an eerie glow. I've been struggling with this all stream today. How do we make this? Thank you for the follow, Sunflower Dragon. I appreciate it. Hey, here's a gift for you. A goblin for your follow. Yeah, we tried purple earlier. We did green. Green's a little bit, the swamp's green down here, so I don't want to reproduce that too much. Yeah, Sunflower, the goblin's cute, but don't feed him after midnight. Hide all of your matches. I apologize, your house will forever be messy from now on. I think we need something glowy and ethereal color-wise. Not white though. White's gonna look like the white caps. A dark gray would look cool, but like a glowy white gray. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. Schmidt, can you make a custom color? I can. I'm not good at it. I'm better at mixing the textures, but I can make a custom color. Oh, you know what? That's smart, Jackann. Why don't we just grab some mist? We'll put some mist on over it. It even works too, because it looks like river spray, you know? There we go. I dig that. And you know what? Let's make the mist a weird color. That's a good... I really like that. Jackann coming in clutch. Oh, that's right. We can't color shift the mist very much. It's too transparent. That's all right. But we can put it on in here. There we go. Grab another patch of it. Put it like down in here. And then what we're going to do, we're going to make sure these mountains are a layer above the mist because they are towering over it. And the mountains in the background are, the mist is in front of it, as well as these little arches. And then the bridge should also be in the mist. There we go. That looks pretty spooky, y'all. I kind of like that. Big fan of the mist. Jackann, good pull. Good pull. Let's see, can we grab another patch of mist here? Make it small. Rotate it. Get a little bit of mist right in here. Now the Rapids of Regret should be over top of the mist, because I do want to be able to read that. I feel like the Rapids of Regret should really... Come on, top layer. It needs to be like... The rapids are more like here, right? I guess they start right here. I guess that's okay. It needs 100% more mistiness. The problem with the mist is it's good in small doses, but as you add more of it, you really do lose detail, like you see up in here. How just like it really blends in. I don't mind a little though. In the volcano area, can you add a death claw from Fallout? I don't have an asset for a death claw, but we can say death claws live there. That'd be very appropriate. I can't make the mist glow too much. We can try to grab it. Let's see, is that all mist? Almost all mist. Just uncheck that. There should be one more mist section. All right, that's good. We can up its brightness. Oh, actually, the brightness going up looks pretty good too, y'all. That gives it that ethereal glow we were looking for. Oh, Impage, you said if you boost the saturation, then the hue can change? Still not too much, though. I do like the glow we get off of the brightness, though, y'all. That looks really good. Alright, I know there's one more mist around here. They're hard to grab once you place them. There we go. There we go. Alright. I think this one might be a little too bright right down on the end. Let's drop that brightness a little bit. Kind of liked how it was. Do it like that. Get the mountains on top. There we go. Rock and roll, baby. Alright, the rapids are looking good, I think. I'm liking the rapids. That took some hard work. I think it still needs some finessing. But I dig it. I dig it. Alright, well y'all, this has been an incredible stream. I desperately need to use the bathroom, and I also have a lot of author work I gotta get to today, because I do write full time. So thank you very much for hanging out with me, y'all. I appreciate it. This has been awesome. Look at the map. We've made so much progress. Thank you for joining me for it. We're going to knock this out in like 2 or 3 more sessions. We're going to be done. I appreciate all the follows, everybody. Thank you very much. And if you don't know, I'm author Alex Knight. My stream normally looks a little more like this, and we do writing on stream. We do a lot of fun stuff. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7 a.m. Central Time. Come hang out. If you enjoyed today's stream, give me a follow. I'd appreciate it. And if you want to hang out with this community outside of stream, here, I'm dropping our Discord link in chat. Feel free to check that out. We're approaching 200 people in there. We'd love to have you if you want to hang out with the community. But y'all, thank you for being here. Once again, this is a map for Wriggly Little Hands, my comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip. And you can get it through the links in my bio. It's on Amazon, Kindle Unlimited, Audible, and signed copies at my local bookstore. Folks, thank you for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. As always, a special thank you to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade, which have provided our background music today and every day. As well, an extra special thank you to community member Raffi the Engineer, who made our 5th background song Midnight at the Round Table. Raffi, I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. Folks, lastly, if you've enjoyed the stream, give me a follow so I can see you on the next one. And hey, if you want to support it, just give my books a look on Amazon. You can find them at my website, authoralexknight.com. Read all about them. Here they are here. Check them out. It supports the stream. It supports me. It keeps me writing full time. I appreciate it, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. I'll be back Monday at 7 a.m. Central Time, and, well, I hope to see you here. Y'all have an incredible holiday weekend. Have a great day, and thank you for watching. I will see you on the next one. It's an absolute pleasure to meet y'all. Have a good one, y'all. Peace out.